Hello and welcome back to the FPL Tom YouTube channel. We're here ahead of game week 3 for, of course, the deadline stream. We are starting off nice and early at 8 o'clock this morning as well. Same as last week, my voice will be a little bit croaky for the first, I would say maybe like 30 minutes, and then it'll decide it wants to kick in. So just, give me a few minutes to kind of wake up a little bit as well, because I'm a little bit delirious when I'm sleepy. But of course, we will answer as many of your questions before the deadline. That is the aim for today's stream. Also, we will be doing team reviews over on Twitter as well. So if you do want to get your team reviewed by me, head over to my Twitter at FPLTom_. Leave it under my most recent tweet, or the tweet obviously advertising this live stream as well, and we will get those reviewed for you. Make sure you are following me on Twitter though, because sometimes it doesn't quite pull through. So if you do follow me on Twitter, it gives you a better opportunity of doing that. Obviously though, if we don't get around to rating your team, or you don't want it rated by me, there is a link to Fantasy Football Hub's AI algorithm that is completely free to rate your team for this week. Obviously though, there are obviously other paid features, and if you want to take full advantage of those, they are currently 50% off. I can already see we've got some of the channel members in the chat as well. We've got Jamie Hayes, we've got a turkey in a bush. Hope you guys are doing very, very well this morning. Jamie said, let's go. Good morning, Tom. And chat, hit that like button and get the algorithm going 100%. If you are around here, make sure you are hitting that like button. If you're new around here as well, make sure you are hitting that subscribe button as well, as we are on that road to 10,000 subscribers now. He's also said there's a suspicious lack of Visser in your captaincy poll. Well, there's probably good reason for that. I know I've already seen your team. I saw you sent it over to me on Twitter, but yeah, I'll give you my opinion on that one, to be honest, mate. Big Ben, one of the best options in the fantasy challenge. Yeah, I think it's newly promoted players, isn't it? He could be a decent shout today, to be honest. I'll have to build that because I've not built that myself either. What other questions have we got? Palmer or Salah? I mean, if that's dependent on who to bring in or captaincy, I think probably this week I'm slightly leaning more towards Palmer for captaincy. However, longer term, I think Salah's more of a shoe-in, to be honest. Haaland, Saka and Palmer, I have all three. Your choice of captain. I kind of went over this yesterday if you weren't in the preview deadline stream. I think if you've got Haaland, he is the best captain for this week. If you've looked at all the data, looked at all the obviously like projected goals and stuff like that, he still is the best captain for this week as well. What other questions have we got? Hello, mate. Who would you bench from Rodgers, Gordon, Eze and Wood? Ooh, I mean, Gordon does have the worst fixture on paper, so probably Anthony Gordon. But I wouldn't be... Yeah, probably Gordon. I probably would say Gordon. Is Palmer the best choice for captain this game week? I think, personally, it's Haaland. Now, we went through this yesterday, and we'll go through it again in today's stream. But yeah, I think it's Haaland for me. How can I get my team rated? As you can see, there is my Twitter in the bottom left of your screen. At FPLTom_. If you leave it under there, we will get round to reviewing those. Probably around 8:45 we'll do some team reviews as well. So if you want to see, more of those as well, hit that like button. Let's push this stream out to as many people as we possibly can, nice and early on. Looking at the captaincy poll, it's quite split, to be honest. 35% have gone for Haaland, 33% have gone for Palmer, and 26% have gone for Salah. It keeps fluctuating as well, so I'll keep you abreast of what's happening in more of that one. What do you think about Smodics? What do you think about Schmodix only for game week 3? Who have Ipswich got today? Fulham? Nah, not for me. Henderson, Trent, Robinson, Palmer, Saka, Jota, Rogers, Smith Rowe, Haaland, Wood. Yep, good team. No problems with that one. Captain Salah or Saka, start Porro or Konza/Robinson. I would say I would captain Salah. And then in terms of the other defenders, probably the best thing to do is look here at Rob T FPL's clean sheet data, to be honest, mate. I know, like, 16% for Spurs. I think on the 11FI models as well, it's a 12% chance of a clean sheet for Spurs. So not the best in terms of, clean sheet odds, but that's never really why we've owned Porro, is it? It is those attacking returns, and there are expected to be goals in that game. So I feel if you did bench him, just be wary he could pick up some attacking returns. However, Aston Villa with a 34% chance of a clean sheet is very, very good, and 27% chance for Fulham as well. So yeah, I feel like Robinson probably could get an attacking return in there as well. So maybe it is worth benching Porro. But that's a really difficult decision. Hopefully the data can help you make a more informed decision. And, if you want to go with the clean sheet percentages, they are on screen right now. So, yeah. Best captain for this game week, Haaland, Salah, or Madueke? Definitely not Madueke. I'm gonna touch on that in today's video a little bit later. Outside of Palmer, I would not be touching another Chelsea asset. I think with the amount of players they've signed, it's just not worth going for. It really, really isn't. But yeah, Haaland for me is the best captain if you do have him. I think it just makes complete sense, to be honest. Highest for predicted points. The betting data has him like the highest for projected goals as well for this week, so it's a real no-brainer to be honest. Right, let's get my team up on screen. Do keep the questions coming in, guys. We will answer as many as we possibly can throughout today's stream. Last week wasn't the worst in the world. We somehow managed to come away with 72 points, despite, again, not having Erling Haaland. We weren't too far behind them, to be honest. So, I think we're in an okay position. I really, really do. So, I don't think, if Haaland bags another hat-trick this week, yeah, we're probably going to be in a little bit of a sticky position. However, if, he doesn't do that well, only picks up a goal, and the other players that we've obviously got, the likes of Palmer, Saka, Salah, do deliver, we could be flying. But obviously, we're going to have to wait and see on that one. What other questions have we got? Mateta looks a good captain. No, Mateta does not look a good captain. Get yourself out of that delusional mode. I would definitely. Jamie's just backing it up. Jamie, don't support that. Bench one of Robinson or Gvardiol. I mean, I would bench Robinson over Gvardiol, to be honest. My team is Henderson, Gabriel, Gvardiol, Konza, Rogers, ESR, Palmer captain, Saka, Haaland, Isak, Muniz. Thoughts? I like it, Jamie. I just think though that Haaland is the sensible captain. But if you fancy, I know you, if you're fancying something a bit different, go for it. When am I using the wild card? I think the weeks I've outlined are 6, 8, and 12 that I might use it. But again, it's all dependent. If my team gets into a real pickle, then I obviously like to use it then. But it is what it is. Hey Tom, would you start Eze over Muniz this week? I think I'd play the fixture and I would back Muniz. This is why we've got him, for these good fixtures. So, yeah. I have 2 free transfers. Bruno, Ahmed out. What do you think are the best 2 players I can get in game week 3? I do my wildcard in game week 4. So you're looking just for 1 week punts then, realistically. Brian Mbeumo could be a great shout with Southampton. Rogers doesn't have the worst fixture in the world, nor does Emile Smith-Rowe. So if you are looking in that kind of price bracket, there's a couple names for you to obviously go and take a look at. And I think those would probably be my top picks outside of that if you're looking for like 1 week punts, to be honest, mate. Do you think Anderson will start? Yeah, I think he'll be in the lineup this week. Obviously, it was probably a little bit too soon last week. Welbeck or Wood for this game week 3? I'd probably go Wood for just this week. Longer term, Welbeck's probably the better option, but this week Wood. Jamie's saying West Ham will be a bit stronger this season. Well, I mean, this is probably their first big test, so we're going to have to wait and see, aren't we, really? I bench Bruno for Wood. Do you think that's a good idea? I mean, yeah, they're playing Wolves. Wolves haven't had the best start to the season, so I don't see why not. I maybe would just say, Awonyi is starting to build up some match fitness, so it wouldn't surprise me to see maybe a Wood early substitution. Wissett, a good transfer in for free. I mean, he's got a great fixture this week. He's got 2 difficult ones next week, so you do have to bear that in mind. However, then Brentford do have a really nice run of fixtures, so if you've got cover for the next 2 weeks, then yeah, that's fine. Morning, Tom. Who would you bench? Eze, Rogers, or Soberslai? Probably Soberslai, mate. probably Szoboszlai. I feel the other two, you know, Rodgers has got a great fixture. Eze is more instrumental in the way that, you know, Palace play. Everything goes through him, so that one makes sense. And it's not, on paper, it's not the easiest fixture for Liverpool, but I still think they'll win quite comfortably. I really, really do. My team is similar to yours. Got Bruno instead of Gordon, Trent, Robinson instead of Porro and Saliba. Nice work, mate. Say something about Sterling. I mean, I think it's quite a smart move for Free, to be honest, going to Arsenal. Like, he's played not under Arteta before, but he's worked under Arteta before, so they both know what each other are looking for. He's also featured under a Pep possession-based style system, so I don't think it's a bad transfer, to be honest. I already did that question about Porro, Konza and Robinson, so yeah. Am I crazy considering Mbeumo for captaincy when I have Palmer, Saka and Salah? Yep, 100%. A little bit nuts. I mean, it could work out, but I just think I would rather, you know, you're paying the big bucks for these premium boys, and statistically, they do return most weeks. So yeah, I think it's a little bit of a crazy decision. And I don't think Southampton have looked awful either. Like, they've not been getting battered, so yeah. Saka to Palmer. I mean, I would not be tempted to sell Saka before Brighton at home this week. His right at home record's really good. If you look at all the projected points as well, very, very decent. Next week, maybe with 2 difficult fixtures coming up for Arsenal, but he has quite a good record in the North London derby, and I think you could either just bench him against City or just hope something happens in that one. And then Arsenal have an amazing fixture run from 6 onwards where he really is probably the best captain for 2 weeks. Yet team reviews will be done around about 8:45, so get obviously your team sent in on my Twitter at FPLTom_. There is a link in the description, or it will pop above my head. Make sure you are putting it under the most recent tweet. If you are new around here as well, make sure you are liking, subscribing, and of course getting your comments in around your team as well. Isaac, Bruno to KDB and Watkins for free transfers. I would not be tempted to sell Isaac before this week. I just wouldn't. I know he's not looked great, but I still wouldn't do it this week. Bruno, on the other hand, to KDB, I think that's quite a sensible move. There's 2 nice fixtures coming up for City. And yeah, I preferred that one. The Watkins one as well. From some of the comments I've seen, I still don't think he's going to play a full 90 till post-international break. So I reckon he might play like 60, 70 minutes today. So he could score in those 60, 70 minutes. But at the same time, I'd want a player that's going to play a lot of more minutes. Like, it feels like if he's having a stinker at any point, Duran's just straight on like that. And that's not really what you want with FPL, especially when you're paying a little bit more price for him this year at that 9 million range as well. So, not for me. Not for me. When are you planning to sell Isak and who would you transfer in? Good question. I am planning on selling Alexander Isak around about game week 6, I think is the week I've outlined. They've got Wolves and Fulham after this Tottenham game, which is pretty decent games. Again, if he goes and bags a couple, then, you know, yeah, I'm backing him up till then. Then I have outlined Kai Havertz is the player I want to go and get in. Kai's the one with that Arsenal fixture run. And if we look at the 11ify data as well, let me just quickly whip that up for you. Again, link to 11ify's website in the description if you want to go and check this data out for yourself. As you can see, around game week 6, Arsenal's expected or projected goals, should I say, are really, really, really good. So that's where I want double Arsenal attack with Saka and Kai Havertz. But as we can see, Newcastle's next 3 are not terrible, and if we compare it to Aston Villa, there's only really match day 5 where I'm probably missing out on better projected goals. So for me, I feel like it is worth just sticking with Isak for the next 3 and then making that switch over to Kai Havertz, getting that double Arsenal attack. And I think there's probably going to be some bigger issues arise post-international break. There always is. There's always random injuries as well. So Isak is probably not a priority transfer out at the moment for me. So yeah, there you go. There's my plan for Alexander Isak. What other questions have we got? Bench one of Rodgers, Muniz, Isak, Jota. I mean, maybe Jota. Maybe Jota. I mean, that's a rogue one to say, isn't it? Like, all the other players, I mean, it's between Isak or Jota for me, isn't it? On paper, it's a difficult fixture for Isak, but as we just saw with the projected goals, it's pretty decent. the data, the betting data as well, has them both at 1.85. So maybe Isak, but I think it could be a little bit of a risky one, to be honest. Henderson to Raya or Gvardiol to Trent. I'd prefer the Gvardiol to Trent one. I really, really don't like wasting free transfers on goalkeepers. I don't. Digne or Konza. I would play Konza. Matheson, both times he's come off the bench, has been really, really good. So yeah, I wouldn't go for that one. I've wildcarded and need a 4.5 million striker as Cannon's left on loan. Any suggestions? I technically have 4.9 million. Give me a second. Let's have a look. I know Cannon's gone out on loan, so his price is locked. Like, it can't move. So if you're looking for someone just to sit there, then that's fine. But yeah, let's take a quick look for you. I swear there was a forward that's moved and they're like 4.9 million. So, you know, you could have something in the bank here. Let's have a look. Let's have a look for you. I mean, there's really not a lot of options, is there? I guess Stewart, maybe. Like, he's flagged currently, but, you know, they've brought a lot of players in. Yeah, there's not really a lot of options to kind of pick from, is there, to be honest, mate? So, yeah, I probably would say, you know, Archer if you could find that extra, but it's probably not worth it. So, I think maybe you could go for Stewart or Cannon. Stewart's currently flagged, but Cannon will be locked in price, so you don't have to worry about anyone like selling him off or anything like that. So, yeah, there aren't really any starting players, so I don't think it's really too big a concern. Would you do Aina in this week? Don't need him to play. I mean, I wouldn't, just down to the fact that they've signed Moreno and I'm expecting him to start at some point, so yeah. I know it's a bit off topic, but thoughts on Birmingham paying 15 million for a player in League One? Yeah, I mean, I support a League One club. For those that are new around here, I support Mansfield. We've just sold our best player for like 800 grand and we haven't really replaced him. So it's going to be a long season for us. And when you've got teams in that division signing people for, you know, record amounts of money, you could probably buy our club for that amount of money. And it's just like, oh, we're in for a long season. Really, really long season. Salah to Palmer for a -4. Got a feeling Palmer will haul this week. I mean, I wouldn't personally do that. No. What kit today? Very good question. It is the Dortmund 1988 kit. Let me just stand up and show you. There you go. Very, very nice. Dortmund on the back, of course. But yeah, sexy kit. Very sexy kit. Planning to go Porro/Solanke to Trent, Jota, Pedro, Thoughts. Yeah, I don't mind that. I think that's a pretty decent switch up. Good take on Isak, to be fair. Might copy you. Yep, that's fine. I just think, like, you know, we could move to Watkins this week or maybe next week if he pops off. But, like, let me just get the fixtures up. It is Wolves away and Fulham away. Now, it's not the easiest set of fixtures with both of them being away. If they were both home fixtures, great. I feel it'd be a lot more appealing. But Wolves have looked absolutely dismal. And Fulham defensively, like, have never been a strong unit. Now, I know they've signed Anderson. That will probably make them a better team. However, though, it's still, I would say, a fixture that on paper we'd still be looking to target. So I think hold realistically. I'd hold him. I'd hold him for these next three. And then, like I said, we can move to Kai Havertz. Use this data to your full advantage and, you know, we can use those projected goal models. And it looks like, you know, they've not signed another forward, so I would still say Havertz looks pretty decent to be the #1 forward for that club. If you had Haaland and Palmer, who would you captain? Palmer? No, I would captain Erling Haaland. I've kind of gone through this. I've said Haaland for me is the best captain ever. Not ever. For this week. But yeah. Trying to make an all-out attack draft, but I don't know. Currently draft is Raya, 4 million goalkeeper, Konate, Lewis, Robinson, Nedved, Saka, Palmer, ESR, Salah, Rodgers, Haaland, Pedro, 5 million forward. Yeah, this is the only problem with these big all-out attack teams is the defense is shaky. Like, Lewis very easily could lose his place. Nedved could very easily lose his place. Konate could very easily get dropped. You know, we saw how brutal Slot can be. I know Kwanzaa's out injured at the moment, and he's probably not going to be back in the side, but what if Konate has one bad game and then he just puts Kwanzaa back in? Like, he did play a large proportion of preseason minutes, so I think that is the only problem with these teams is, you know, Lewis is a rotation risk. Nedved could very easily just not play. Like, I know he did play at right back, and I'm expecting him to play again this week. However, how long is that going to hold for? So then you're relying on Robinson, who doesn't play historically for one of the best teams for XG conceded. Then another 4 million defender, probably somebody like Harwood Bellis. Yeah, not for me. Like, I get it, you're getting a lot of good attackers in, but I would like I definitely think, I would like a little bit more stability in there. And I think you're missing out on people like Trent and Robertson as well, who I think will pop off in the next few weeks. Yep, Jamie, I think that's just the way to go, isn't it, really, mate? You just wait until you wild card for goalkeepers. Like, there's no point. And Palace have signed 2 centre-backs, so who knows? They could be a better team defensively anyway. Do keep the questions coming in, guys. Keep the likes coming in as well. If you do have any questions, get them in. Like I said, team ratings will be just around the corner. We definitely need some more likes in this stream, so if you are new around here or an existing subscriber as well, make sure you are spamming that like button for me. Try and get as many people in here as we possibly can. Like I said, we are on that road to 10,000 subscribers, so if you do want to help us hit that goal, be sure to subscribe to the FPL Tom YouTube channel. Yeah, I kind of already alluded to that one. I do think Nedkovic will start. We're getting absolutely flooded with questions here, guys. I'm going to try and keep up with as many as I can. Apologies if I do miss them. I will try and answer as many as I possibly can. I'd say it's a good take because I was considering going Isak to Watkins. Didn't think of it like that. Yeah. 100%. I still have Nkunku. Would you sell him for naught in the bank? Yeah, I'd move to like Rodgers or ESR. I mean, the screenshot, even like TNT Sport didn't have him on the list of attackers. I think that shows how far down he's in the pecking order at the moment. So yeah, I'd be moving off. I would be moving off him, to be honest. Thoughts on Murphy Newcastle? Worth the transfer to get him out for a -4? I mean, is he projected to play? Is he near any of the starting lineups this week? Because if he is, I feel like just hold him. But if he's not, then yeah, I probably would be looking to sell him. But if you've got players that could easily cover him off, probably not worth that -4, is it? Probably not. Should I sell Zinchenko? Yeah, I probably would. I don't think he's going to be in that starting 11 for a while. He's not very good defensively, is he? So yeah, I probably would. Bruno or Palmer? Palmer 100%. Thoughts on Trossard? I mean, he looked very good when he came off the bench, and I definitely expect he might start today's game. However, him and Martinelli will rotate throughout the season. So yeah, not for me. I transferred out Mitchell for Robinson for a -4 hit last night since he was predicted to drop. Fair enough. Porro or Mikolenko? I probably would still stick with Porro, even though Everton have the better clean sheet data. I don't think he played in the last game, did he, either? Who would you bench, Bowen or Robinson? But I feel like starting Robbo. Oh, 100% I play Robertson. 100% I play Robinson. Oh, I remember you last week, Duncan. How are you doing, mate? You doing good? I hope so. Obviously, yeah, I saw Harry's tweet. He's not streaming this week, so yeah, welcome to the FPL Tom channel. I imagine it's a completely different experience from what Harry does. I have Palmer, Salah, Gordon, Watkins, who's the captain. Probably one of Palmer or Salah for me, mate. I'm on a wild card. Should I get Madueke? No, not for me. There's too many Chelsea attackers to pick from. Outside of Palmer, not worth any consideration. Is Havertz a good forward pick if I don't have the budget for Saka? Yeah, I believe so. I would say, though, that the next few are going to be a little bit difficult after Brighton. Now, I could see, Arsenal doing quite well against Spurs. However, yeah, probably not. Probably not for the City game. So it's more, I would say, I'd be looking to get him in around game week 6. Good, mate. I'm glad. Yeah, I mean, we're trying the early bird streams just because, like, obviously once it gets to, I'd say around 9, all the big boys kick in, you don't really gain too much traction, do you? So you have to go a little bit early. You have to do something a little bit different. And I hope people are enjoying it as well. That's the main aim of these things, to be honest. Is what it is. We get viewers before old robotic knees goes live. I remember that discussion from last week. That was a funny one. Oh, dear me. Yeah. At least there's no Haaland this week to hide behind the sofa from, I hope. I hope West Ham put up a bit more of a better defensive display. And you know what? If Palmer cooks, we're winning. We're winning. Thoughts on Gordon and Buemo. Gordon to Mbeumo in game week 4. Bednarek to Robinson / Jebedson. Yeah, I mean, then at least you're covering off, aren't you, the difficult fixtures, like you said, for Mbeumo. I can't come to Madueke. Are you a full-time streamer now? No, I wish. I have a full-time job where I work 9 to 5. I'm very, very blessed for my job. It's absolutely fantastic, the job I do. But yeah, I don't do this full time. We do make, we've definitely been seeing an increase in ad revenue and obviously sponsorship and stuff through Fantasy Football Hub and stuff like that. So, it is gaining, which is great to see. And if the tax man is watching, we're not gaining. We're down money. But yeah, it's good. It's good. But yeah, I mean, that would be the dream, to do this full time. Like, it would be pretty amazing. And if you haven't checked out the second channel as well, we obviously do kind of like football adventures. We're going to go on one next week. We're going to Stockholm as well at the end of the month for the Stockholm Derby. So if you like, the kind of football away day style videos, please go and check out that channel as well, because the viewership, and I would say the potential for that channel is obviously going to be bigger than whatever FPL is going to pose. So yeah, go for it. Right. Andy wouldn't dance on his stream for me last week. I think Wolves made Chelsea look very good. Chelsea scored the same 3 goals. Yeah, they did. Oh, I'll always dance for you, George, mate. I'll always dance for you. Who to bench? Gibbs White, ESR, Rogers, Isak, Muniz, and Eze. I probably would say it's between Eze and Isak, to be honest. We'll have a look, because we've had a few people asking that one. So yeah, we'll take a look at that one and look at projected points, because that might help you. Should I start Eze or Robinson? Ooh, I'd be tempted with Robinson, but I won't want too many defenders in. Yeah, Harry. I saw Harry went full time with it. Fair play to him. Like, fair play. He's living the dream, isn't he? Keep or sell Foden. I mean, he's going to be out for this week. Probably going to see a price drop, I would say. So, when you're paying that little bit more for him, if you still want that City attacker, I probably would just make the switch over to KDB. So, yeah, I probably would get rid of Foden this week. Savinho or Szoboszlai have Foden and Salah. Probably Szoboszlai. Is Jota a better option than Salah if I have Saka, Palmer, Haaland and Watkins? I would say yes. Like, you've already got like some big boys, but I feel Salah does represent himself as a great captaincy option over the next few weeks. So just do bear that one in mind. I'd probably say over the next 5, there's more chance and more opportunities for Salah to haul than Haaland to haul. So yeah, just bear that one in mind. I think FPL got too many people from every country. Okay. Will Foden be back for game week 4? Sell or play Rogers? I think he could be back for game week 4. It is only illness, so you would expect him to be back. I'm not going to read that one out, George, but you saw me smile. Would you remove Munoz or Hall? I mean, I'd do Hall. Should I bench Gordon or Rogers? Probably Gordon this week. Is FPL Harry full-time? Yeah, he is. Chris Wood or Muniz? Ooh, I probably would slightly edge more towards Muniz, but, Wolves is still a decent fixture. Oh, mate, honestly, the amount of FPL questions I get asked at work is ridiculous. Like, genuinely, like, people obviously know I make content and stuff. And, like, some guy last week asked me, like, oh, should I keep Muniz? And I was like, yeah, like, I'd keep Muniz. The fixture run's amazing. Obviously blanked again. And I was just, like, getting bombarded by him. He was like, oh, you told me to keep Muniz? I was like, what do you want? What do you want? I can only make educated guesses. I can't predict the future. Doku to Rogers. I'm struggling. Yeah, that'd probably be a decent one. Eze or Mbeumo? Ooh, I mean, next 2 are difficult for Mbeumo, but this week I would prefer to have Mbeumo. As I'm on a wild card for long term, do you consider Doku or... I would probably say neither. I'm not a big fan of either, to be honest. It's just pep roulette. I'm just... Yeah, I'm not going for that. Do you think Anderson will start for Fulham? I think he will start for Fulham today. But obviously, check predicted lineups and stuff like that. Start Foden or Eze? I mean, Eze, Foden's not going to play. Pep's come out and said that. Hey Laura, how you doing? Again, one of our other channel members. If you do want to sign up for channel membership, it is only 99p. You get yourself, into the pretty cool kids club as well for this channel as well. You do get obviously, shout outs and stuff like that. Should I bench Wood for Aina or Nkuku? No, definitely not. Going back to my attacking draft, where would you sacrifice? Raya, Saka, Palmer, Salah or Haaland? It's going to pain me to say it, but probably Haaland. I think Salah, Saka and maybe Saka as well. The next two are difficult on paper. So maybe one of Saka or Haaland. But yeah. And maybe I just wouldn't have Konate. I'd just probably have a more settled 4.5 in there. But yeah. Haaland a good captain? Oh, 100%. I think he's the best captain for this week if you've got him. Yeah, that makes sense. Munoz to Nedkovic, I get that. Best 6.5 million to get from game week 4 onwards. Ooh, I mean, I probably would look at some of the cheaper options. I'd say Rodgers with those amazing fixtures. Leon Bailey as well could fit into that category as well. There's just some great fixtures coming up. Who is the great 4.5 million defender except Konza and Robinson? I mean, if Lewis can keep his place in the side, he will be amazing value at 4.5 million. Some of the positions he was getting into was amazing, so definitely worth, if he can keep himself in that side, worth it. Lewis Dunk for the next two could be a decent shout as well. So, yeah, there's some decent ones in there. When will you sell Jota? I don't have Jota, so I don't have to worry about it. But if I was, probably when I start to see him getting taken off around the 60th minute is when I probably would look to sell. But the fixtures are still pretty decent for Liverpool after this week. Hi, Tom, play Eze or Wood? I mean, Wood's fixture on paper is tempting. Eze's data's tempting. We're going to go and look at predicted points because I've had that question a few times. And that will decide it for me. Ramsdale at Southampton, 4.4. Interesting, 100%. What do you think about KDB? Yeah, I was looking at him last week. So, yeah, I think he could be a great shout. Who to bench out of Konza, Munoz or Mikalenko? Mikalenko, he didn't play last week. So, yeah, probably him. Rodgers or ESR? Probably Rodgers more longer term, but both are great shouts. Hall to a Villa defender or Bruno to Eze? I would probably do the Hall to a Villa defender for this week. Palmer or Mbeumo captain? I probably would go Palmer for the captaincy as well. Do keep the questions coming in, guys. Like I said, we will be doing team ratings at 8:45 as well, as we are approaching 200 viewers in the stream, which is pretty amazing stuff, guys. You absolutely love it, and I really appreciate it. Keep those likes coming in as well. Keep those questions coming in for me as well, and we'll keep ploughing on. Would you play Hall or Harwood Bellis so you can roll just to transfer in a Villa defender? I would probably play... Who've Southampton got this week? Brentford away. It's not the worst fixture in the world. So yeah, I'd probably gamble on maybe somebody like Harwood Bellis. All good, Tom. We'll be at Old Trafford praying for a result. I hope so. I hope it does come off. But yeah, I'm not confident. Is Ollie going to pop off? He very easily could do. There's the fixtures there. He's been very, very unfortunate in the past few weeks, so could be a decent shout. The questions are absolutely flying in, guys. I will try and stay on top as many as I possibly can. But yeah, like I said, make sure you are hitting that subscribe button, like button, all that good stuff. Wildcarding into Martinez, Trent, Gvardiol. Oh, they deleted that question as I was reading it. Yeah, he is decent, isn't he? If I had to bench two of these players, who would you bench? Garnacho probably 1. João Pedro 2. Done. What's your thoughts on Bruno Fernandes? I feel people that went for him are just super, super unfortunate. Like, it's not your fault, if you know what I mean. Like, he just has been very, very unfortunate, hasn't he? Smith Rowe to Gordon. Yeah. I would just say, though, Newcastle do have a pretty good record against Spurs. Now, obviously, historic results don't obviously, lead to future results. But I would just bear that in mind if you are going to make those transfers out. I feel some people that obviously have taken out Isak this week might come to regret that one, to be honest. Jota or Murphy? 100% Jota. 100% Jota. Do keep the questions coming in, guys. Keep the likes coming in as well. Like I said, we are on that road to 10,000 subscribers on the channel, and it would be pretty amazing. Thoughts on the Brentford defence? Yeah, I mean, they've looked a little bit leaky, but historically, across the Premier League, they're always a pretty good side for clean sheets, so yeah, I'd go for it. Eze or Mbeumo? I mean, this week, probably Mbeumo. Longer term, I probably would slightly lean more towards Eze, especially over those next two after this week. Tom, how many in the stream have Haaland and Salah team? I'd be interested to know if you do have a Haaland and Salah team. Let me know if you are in the stream. Put it in there, Haaland plus Salah, and we'll have a look. Greetings from Germany. Hope you're doing well. Hope you're doing well. What team do you support out in Germany? Van der Berg may be a 4 million option after Brentford's next game weeks. Yeah, let's see if he plays today. Alanga or Gordon? I'd play Gordon. Is Hudson-Odoi better than Garnacho, given Garnacho starts, though no one knows if he starts? Yeah, I mean, no one knows if he starts. So, yeah, I probably wouldn't. Probably wouldn't. I mean, João Pedro's got a difficult fixture away at Arsenal this week, and as we've seen, there's still pretty good value for clean sheets, especially at home, so it could be a 2-pointer flying straight in there. Can't decide if I start Porro or Robinson. I don't think either keep a clean sheet. Robbo's slightly more likely. Porro could get an attacking return too, but St. James's Park scares me. I would probably... I mean, Robinson does have the better clean sheet data. We saw that from Rob T FPL stuff. They do have the better clean sheet data. 27% isn't the best, though. And I definitely feel this will probably be Ipswich's first time to attack a game. So, yeah, I probably would say maybe gamble on Porro getting an attacking return. So, yeah. Sell Anderson first or Murphy? Murphy 100%. Bench Solanke and Kwanzaa and roll a second transfer or do something with them. I mean, you could move to Watkins for Solanke if you've got a little bit of money left over in the bank. Or, yeah, you could roll them. I think Solanke could be back post-international break, so it could be worth doing. Haaland plus Salah, there we go. Should do a new poll, Haaland plus Salah. Haaland plus Salah. Loads of people have got it. Isak or Wood? Oof, I think I'd still lean more towards Isak. I don't think Wood's look good, but has got a goal. Isak hasn't. Son captain last week. Son captain Spurs Toon Goalfest. I think probably not for me, but I understand it. Like, there are projected good goals for this game, so if you fancy it, go for it. He will be playing in the 9 again, so yeah. Play Robertson or João Pedro this week? Probably Robertson. Thoughts on Colwell? Yeah, if we look at the 11ify data over the next few weeks for clean sheets, wrong one. There you go. This is from 11ify. Please go and check them out. Link in the description. Some pretty good projected clean sheet numbers over the next few weeks. So yeah, could be a decent pickup at 4.5 million. Could be a decent pickup. Captain Haaland or Salah, given Salah's record against Manchester United? Yeah, we've had lots of questions on captaincy. And I feel if we use the right one, please be the right one. Yeah, here we go. Projected goal scorers for this week. As you can see, Haaland is just clear by a country mile for goals this week. So I think that just makes him the best captaincy option for me. He is obviously up there for projected goals. 1+ goal as well, the best on this list. And if I flash it back to what we had up before as well, this is anytime returns, 84%. This is why I would say if I had Erling Haaland, he for me is the best captaincy. Like, he just is. You can't deny that the data is having him as like one of the best players for goals and stuff like that. So for me, if you've got Haaland, the sensible decision is just to stick it on him and have him as the captain for this week. So yeah. I'm planning Hall and Isak for Watkins and Nedved. What do you think about that? I would be a little bit hesitant on the Watkins move. I mean, we've kind of already spoke about it. Some of the minutes he's seen so far this season, it doesn't look like he's 100% fit from the Euros. But I like the Nedkovic to Hall move. That makes sense. But I would just be a little bit sceptical around the Isak for Watkins one. But however, it could pay off. So, you know, if you're fancying it, go for it. Gavardio or another defender to tell me. I probably wouldn't be looking at Gavardio. He's played in a lot more of a deeper position, which is a concern. And I think, you know, I would be maybe eyeing up an Arsenal defender from game week 6 onwards, or I would be looking at Andy Robertson. You know, Liverpool's projected clean sheets are really, really good. And if you look at some of the positions he's getting into and some of the data he's already collected so far in the opening 2 game weeks, he could be a right steal and a right differential into a top defence as well. Who doesn't like a bit of wood? Oh, I love a bit of wood. Can't beat it. Can't beat a bit of wood. Armstrong or João Pedro? I probably would go João Pedro on that one. Armstrong's minutes, I feel, will start to look a little bit more shaky over the next few weeks. Rate my attacks: Sterling, Palmer, Semenyo, Bailey, Rodgers, Haaland, Havertz. Good. Very good. Play João Pedro or Pedro Porro? Ooh, I think I'd take the gamble on Pedro Porro. Is Robertson better than Trent for 1 million cheaper? Both have been putting up very similar data, not only in the opening 2 game weeks, but over last season as well. But it is Trent Alexander-Arnold, and sometimes he is just a monster. But I think from the opening 2 game weeks, what we've saw with Andy Robertson and the positions he's getting into, he could be a great shout. Really, really could be a great shout. Right, let's head back to my team. We have got over 200 people in this stream as well, guys, so thank you very, very much for that. Of course, if you are new around here, make sure you are hitting that subscribe button, because we do the weekly streams, obviously from 8 o'clock for the Saturday deadlines as well. Make sure you're getting the likes in nice and early as well. It does push it out to more people, which is very, very good. We will be doing team ratings in a couple minutes as well, so if you do want your team rating by me, at FPLTom_, leave it under my pinned tweet, and yeah, we'll get round to doing as many of those as we possibly can. Trent or Robertson? I mean, if I had to pick, I still think I would pick Trent. But I think if you're a little bit stretched for money and you are looking for a cheaper way into that Liverpool backline, I think Robertson could be a great one. Haaland plus Salah team, currently 170k. Big up to you, mate. Well done. Liverpool defender or Arsenal defender? I probably would say with Arsenal having, you know, Spurs away and then City away, I would be tempted to go for a Liverpool defender for the next few. Yeah, cheers, John. Like, the channel has it's just taken off, hasn't it, really? I would say, like, you know, we had a pretty decent run last year, and then, like, the Euros really, really helped the channel out. And me doing well in the Euros game as well definitely helped the channel out. And then at the start of this season, we've just been absolutely killing it. Like, the transfer video from last week is on 29k views. I never, ever imagined we'd get a video that highly viewed on the channel, so thank you to you guys, all your support you've shown. Like, it just means the absolute world to me. So yeah, we're building something very, very special here, and I appreciate everyone for, you know, obviously being here and subscribing to the channel. So yeah, keep it up, guys, because yeah, you know, loving life, creating content for you guys. Yep, Raheem Sterling is off to Arsenal as well. I do have Haaland, Salah, Palmer, but more likely to put in armband on Palmer at home fixture. Yeah, I get that. I do get that. I just think with some of the projected data, if we take a look at predicted points as well from Fantasy Football Hub for this week, let me just quickly go and get that one up for you. As you can see here as well, Haaland is the top one. He is the top one as well. Will you review wildcard drafts? Yeah, I will review Haaland drafts as well. No problem. But yeah, these are projected points from Fantasy Football Hub's predictor for Game Week 3. As you can see, it does have Haaland top, obviously with his 84% chance of an anytime return as well. Yep, makes sense to me. Salah, though, is a decent second option. Palmer and Saka as well are also very good options. If we take a quick look at the YouTube poll as well, it does have Haaland leading the way with 54%. Palmer in second with 27%, then Salah with 12, sorry. Saka all the way down in 6%. So could be a cheeky little differential captain if you did want to go down that route. Right, let's head over to Twitter and let's, you know, start reviewing some of your guys' teams. If you do want your team reviewing by me, head over to Twitter. We've had quite a few sent in already, so we'll go and take a look at some of those. But yeah, make sure you are leaving it under this tweet right here, and I'll definitely be able to find it. Make sure you are following me as well. If you're not following me, it won't pop up. So yeah, make sure you all follow me if you want your team reviewing. So yeah, let's start working our way through some of these. Jamie has got really tempted to stick the armband on Visser. Yes, I'm keeping Nkuku for another 2 weeks at least. Oh, Jamie. Oh, you're eating the price drops, mate. You're just eating the price drops, aren't you? I mean, I'd just leave it on Salah, to be honest, mate. I think that's the right move. The rest of the team, though, looks really good. I think that triple Liverpool is definitely going to come to fruition over the next few weeks after the United game with some great fixtures coming up. So, yeah, I really like this team, Jamie. Obviously, the Newcastle Spurs, we're in a similar position with that one. It is going to be difficult, but it is what it is. Eating another price drop, though, for Nkuku is going to be difficult. I feel if you've not already made your transfer, maybe just go and get Rodgers for this week. So, you know, gives you a little bit of money as well to do some more, you know, attractive things with that side as well. I'm a United fan, but I've decided to bench both Dalot and Bruno. Do you think that's a good idea? Yeah, I probably would. All the players you've got starting make sense to me. So, yeah, I probably would have done the same thing. So, that makes sense to me. Bench idea, thank you. Madueke or Eze? Ooh, I get the Madueke one, but they do have a plethora, and I mean this, a plethora of players now that can all play in a very similar position. Now, obviously, Eze's going to play a full 90. Is Madueke? No. Eze's data has been pretty decent over the next few weeks. Oh, it's a toughie, that one. It is a toughie. I think Madueke will start, though, but I don't know whether or not you'll see past 60 minutes if he doesn't do anything. So, yeah, just be wary of that one. Smith Rowe or Rodgers? I mean, you've gone for Rodgers, so that makes sense. I would... yeah, I feel you probably got everything right, to be honest. I would want to get Rico Lewis in here somehow, though. And if this is a free hit team... I mean, you've got, yeah. Okay, I can get on board with that. That's not the worst in the world. Luke, sorry, has sent me, no, we did that one. Marcus has sent me his team. 1 free transfer. Play Armstrong or sell thingy to Rodgers and bench Armstrong. I mean, Armstrong's fixture's not the worst in the world. He hasn't looked great, though, and obviously his Premier League record is pretty stinky overall. So, I like the Rodgers move. I really do. So, I think I probably would make the move to Rodgers, mate. I feel that would give you a stronger team as well. Please rate my wild card. Not a fan of Luis Diaz for me personally. I think, again, with them now bringing in Chiesa, who can play on the right and the left, again, it's more competition for a player I wouldn't say is 100% nailed or down in that squad as well. And, yeah, I just feel like there's a real lack of kind of any sort of premiums. Like, you've got Haaland and Palmer, but that's about it. It seems like a little bit stretched for me. Where else is this money going? That's my concern. Where else is this money going? And then, yeah, next week, I don't know who Bournemouth have got, but I don't think it's an easy fixture. So you're going to have to play one of the Semenyo and Mbeumo or, you know, Collins, because I don't think they've got an easy fixture, if I remember correctly. Let me have a look. What Bournemouth got next week? They've got Chelsea at home. It's not the worst in the world, but yeah, you are going to have to play one of those. So, yeah, I think maybe take that one back to the drawing board a little bit, have a look, and do a little, you know, a little bit of rejigging. Rate it. All right, let's take a look. Flacken, Gavardio, Gabriel Robinson, Savino. Yeah, I'm not a fan of him, but I get it. People are going for it. Mazraoui, I'm not a fan of United defenders, as people have known for a long time. But I think you've got everybody in the right lineup, and you know what? I rate the Palmer captaincy, so go for it. Cheers for the follow, guys. Like I said, if you are sending me over your team, make sure you are following me, because sometimes it doesn't quite filter through. We did that one as well. Next one up. Obviously, Jebson's left, but again, he is 4.5, so nothing really to concern yourself with there. Rest of the team, though, looking very strong. No problems with that one. Keep switching between either Haaland or Palmer captaincy. If I had Haaland this week, I would just give it to Haaland. However, that Palmer EO could be quite high, with 27% of people in the chat looking at him for captaincy this week. It could be extremely high effective ownership. It really, really could. First year probably doing FPL, so this absolutely stinks. Thoughts on this going forward? No, this is fine. This is genuinely fine. I wouldn't be worried about it. This is the team's in a pretty good order. So yeah, I don't think you need to necessarily make any changes this game week. So I think you're fine. Obviously, João Pedro against Arsenal, not the greatest. However, he is on penalties, and all he has to do is get a little bit fortunate, and that could very easily swing his way. Rodgers, ESR Wood, pick 3, bench 1. I mean, oh, that is tough. That is tough. Benching Emile Smith-Rowe against Ipswich is just so tough. I would be tempted. I'm going to look at it. We're going to go and take a look at ESR versus Wood for projected points after I've done the team ratings, and I'll come back to that bit. And I'll let you know. Still got 2 free transfers, but not sure what to do. Thinking of holding until after the international break because I've missed any obvious transfers. Nothing in the bank. I mean, you could do Nkuku down to Emile Smith-Rowe, but again, yeah. I mean, I would probably maybe say wait. Give yourself 2 next week. Yeah, that makes sense. Obviously, there's always lots of injuries over the course of the international break. So yeah, that makes sense to me. That does make sense to me. Morning, Tom. Benching dilemma with Eze, Smith-Rowe and Rodgers. Also Konza and Porro. Oh, I think you got the Konza Porro one right. Yeah, I probably would. Emile Smith-Rowe or Rodgers is such a tough call. Again, I feel we'll go and look at, you know, let's do this now. Fantasy Football Hub. Where is it? Again, if you want to go check this out for yourself, guys, head to the link in the description. Where is it? Points predictions. Let's look for this game week only. And we're looking for Smith-Rowe was the first one we had. So 4.2 predicted points for Smith-Rowe. Let me make sure you guys can see that. Yeah, you can. 4.2 for Smith-Rowe. Eze, what's he on? Eze's on 6.2, which is ridiculously high. So I think if you were debating maybe Eze or Smith-Rowe, the data and the AI is suggesting go for Eze instead. Chris Wood was the other one that we were having people. 4.8, again, above Emile Smith-Rowe. So I think if you are maybe a little bit unsure which way to go with that one, Wood could be the option over Emile Smith-Rowe. And then we had Rodgers finally. And then Rodgers 4.4. What was Smith-Rowe? 4.2. So if you may be debating between Rodgers and Smith-Rowe, the AI algorithm is fancying Rodgers for more predicted points for this week. So yeah, interesting one. There you go. So yeah, if you're thinking about, I probably would say then, if you're going off the Fantasy Football Hub predicted points tool, I would say maybe, you know, you drop out Smith-Rowe and put Rodgers in. It is tight though. There's not too much in it. So just be wary of that one. Someone's deleted that post. Great stuff. I don't know, should I wildcard? But if I didn't, is this my benching right? I don't think you necessarily need to wildcard. You've got a pretty strong team in there. And benching wise, yeah, you've probably got everything right for me personally. So yeah, all good. FPL Mackham says 2 free transfers at the minute. Thinking of rolling into a third to give me some options to sort out in Nkuku and bring in Jota. Yeah, I mean, you could definitely roll again, and you know, you can see what everybody's doing. There will be, like I said, injuries over the international breaks that are always happening. So yeah, I definitely think that's worth it. Katie has said thoughts. Raya, Konza, Robinson, Trent. Like it. I do like it. Obviously, you're going to have to deal probably with some of these bench players over the next few weeks. But if you're rolling this week, that's fine. And I think that team looks very, very decent. This is the free hit team. Madueke. I feel like if you look at Salah's record, I would be tempted with him. I don't think Trossard is necessarily needed when you've got already Havertz and Saka. Nico Williams is a bit of a risk as well. I don't think he could not play or might not play, so maybe just swap him out. But again, it could work out in that way, and it maybe goes for him. I think when you've got, I mean, yeah, you've taken a gamble on Ramsdale, and the clean sheet data isn't the best. I think I would, with my goalkeeper, I'd just be looking, I would have a Brentford, I'd have Flecken in there. I really, really would. I feel that'd be probably the better way to go with that one. And I think you are like also missing out on like Mbeumo. Mbeumo for Trossard would make complete sense as well. Use my wildcard, left 2 million in the bank. We'll use either to go Robinson or Eze next week. Cool. Cool. That makes sense. That makes sense. Yeah, not a bad team. Not a bad team. Thinking about my cap, I just have a hunch with him returning this week. I mean, you've gone for Haaland, and it's probably pretty likely that he's going to return at some point this week. So yeah, I'm not debating that one. I've said throughout the course of this stream, if you do have Erling Haaland, he does represent the best captaincy option for this week. And then this is the final one, Zenith, 2 free transfers. I don't think you necessarily need to make them, to be honest, mate. Johnson is a little bit of concern. I've seen he's not been in a few predicted lineups, so he might be one to potentially watch out for. So you might have to maybe look at alternative options in that regard. However, the rest of the team is looking very, very sharp and very, very good. So I like it. I do like it. Right, let's just make sure we've not missed anybody off here. Obviously, we do get some that just do go to the hiddens, and we'll take a quick look at those. And then we will answer some of your guys' questions in the chat, because I do realise we have been neglecting the chat. Big E, sell Foden for who for a -8? I mean, you could make over that switch to KDB. If you could find the money, maybe Palmer. Or you could just put, João Pedro in and roll. That's also an option. Already done, and Cuckoo to Rodgers. Don't know if I should roll my second transfer or do something with Kwanzaa or Solanke. I have 1.5 million in the bank, and I can reach Watkins. I mean, if you can reach Watkins, why not? But you've already got, Rodgers maybe to cover off that, and I have been a little bit hesitant on Rodgers. And Cuckoo, you've already done that role. I mean, 2 free transfers. Solanke could very easily be back next week, so yeah, but the fixtures aren't great. They do have Arsenal up next, so yeah, I think if you've got that money, take a little bit of a gamble on Watkins early and go for it. Rodgers in this week, Haaland TC last week, Porro going out my team soon. Yeah, that makes sense. I mean, could go for that double Liverpool defence, but I would be trying to find a way to get Salah in this team. Like I've said, I think after United game, he is one of the best captaincy options in the game. And yeah, cool. That looks like we've done everybody there. Make sure you are getting your team sent in, guys. We will do another kind of roundup of these in today's stream as well. Make sure you are liking and subscribing as well. Plenty more good content to come your way. Who are you captaining this week? As you can see, I do currently have it on Cole Palmer. Like I've said, I think Haaland, if you have him, is the best captaincy option for this week. Outside of that, I am split between Saka, Palmer and Salah. However, taking a look at some of the, like records and obviously data for this week, I would say Palmer looks like a decent shout for the armband as well. Which Liverpool players will impact the most by Chiesa signing? I mean, all of them. All of them are obviously going to have to, there's another player in an already congested attacking lineup. So all of them are at risk because he can play across the whole front three. So yeah. Someone's Twitter profile was your face. Was it actually? Why the hell is someone's Twitter profile my face? Oh, for God's sake. Who was it? Who was it? Come on. Have both Gordon and Isak. Shall I ship them for Mbeumo and Watkins or save my transfers for the international break? I would say save. Morning, I have Salah, Raya, Palmer, Saka and Haaland. Do I need to make any changes? No. Where do I send my teams? My team is 100k right now. Nice. If you want to send it me on Twitter at FPLTom_, leave it under my tweet, under my most recent tweet or the tweet advertising this stream going live. Then yeah, that's the best place to leave it. But yeah, keep your questions coming in, guys. We will try to answer as many. Their name was Tom as well. Oh, for God's sake. Who's a good 4 million bench player? I mean, Harwood Bellis has looked pretty decent. I think them getting Ramsdale as well will make them have more clean sheets. Obviously, Nedkovic, who plays for Villa, looks like he could be playing right back as well. So he looks a decent shout. People are suggesting him. So yeah, he could be a really, really good shout. Really, really good shout. Mbeumo or another premium defender. I think with Tony gone, I would be looking at Mbeumo. This week's a good fixture. The next two are difficult, so you would have to find someone to bench. And then, obviously, after that, though, it's a really, really good run. Him and Bowen are looking likely for my Gordon replacement. What about Diaz? Yeah, I think I'm not a big fan of Diaz. Again, they've signed another player who can play on the left. Gakpo can play on the left, so yeah. If it's a scammer, it's a scammer. We'll fight him. We'll fight him. Should I start Eze or Rodgers this week? We looked at predicted points, and it did have Eze coming away with more. So, yeah. Did you TC Haaland last week? Don't have Haaland. Haven't had Haaland all season. So, yeah. I was recommending it, though. So, yeah. Jebson replacement? I mean, there are literally no 4.5 millions that are playing. So, yeah. It is what it is. He's obviously left, though, so it means his price is locked, so you don't have to worry about any decreases. So, yeah, I won't worry about it too much. But, yeah, that's kind of the way it's gone. Same with me for Cannon. I'm not going to take him out because I just don't think there's a point in taking him out. So, yeah, I'm not going to do it. I'm not going to do it. Keep the questions coming in, guys. We will try to answer as many as we possibly can before the deadline. Obviously, we still have another 2 hours as well. We've already been going for 1 hour. It's been a pretty decent hour. We did get to over 200 views, which was amazing. So thank you very much for your support on that one. Obviously, I do expect, there is going to be a drop-off as all the big boys, Andy, Focal, all start to kick in, FPL May, all these bigger guys do start to kick in. So there will be a drop-off. However, if you want to come back at any point, please feel free to. Our chat is a little bit slower than theirs. You will get your questions answered. And like I said, there is team ratings as well, so all good stuff. He told me to TC Haaland, and now I'm 51 points richer. What can I say, George? I'm just built different. Is there a 4.5 million playing attacker? No, there isn't. Son or Saka? I mean, longer term, Saka. But this week, Son could do well. Son could do well. He'll be playing in the 9 again, so yeah. But so could Saka. Game week 6 wildcard. It is a week I have outlined. However, it is 2 weeks right before an international break. So I would want to then obviously bank 2 free transfers going into that. That would be my suggestion on that one. How can I send my team for a review? If you want to get your team sent to me on Twitter, at FPLTom_. If you leave it under my most recent tweet or the tweet advertising the stream, then yeah, that's where you can get your team reviewed by me. But yeah, keep the questions coming in, guys. And yeah, it's been a good first hour. I can't lie, it has been a good first hour. We will continue to obviously plow on for the next 2 as well. So if you do obviously, appreciate that, make sure you hit that like button. Make sure as well you are subscribing to the channel because we are live every single weekend from 8 o'clock. There are plenty of videos that go out on the channel. If you're a fancy EFL manager as well, I am one of the only content creators making videos on that. And I'm currently 700 in the world on that game as well. So, my CV's looking pretty good on that one. Oops. Start Gordon or Rodgers? I probably would start Rodgers this week. Watkins or Havertz for game week 3? I would prefer Watkins. However, Havertz from game week 6 is where I'm looking to jump on him. Palmer, Smith Rowe in. You're answering someone else's question. Is -4 for Solanke, Havertz, Watkins viable? It gives you, if you're desperate for another playing player, it makes sense. However, I do feel -4s are a little bit more pricey this season with us having the ability to roll 5 transfers. So do just bear that in mind. If you're not on Twitter, just type it out in the chat, mate. We will get round to it. Do I bring in Palmer for a -4? I mean, it depends who for. Nicholas Jackson, Havertz, Isak or Salah as my captain and vice captain. I probably would go Salah captain, Havertz vice, done. How many points do you end up getting last week? I got 72. Obviously, this week we have brought in Palmer and Rodgers for Nkunku and for Son. So Son absolutely smashed it for us. We went with Salah captain as well. He got us 10 points. You can't complain when your captain hits double digits either. So it is what it is. We got 72, more than we got in game week 1 with 71. So we've not had the worst start to say we've not had Erling Haaland. So yeah, it's fine. We've got a dancing streamer who clones on Twitter. They have a robotic man with Bruno Fernandes addiction. I mean, as soon as we see Jared Bowen with good fixtures, though, we know I'm going to be there, and that's a double disaster, really, isn't it? Early wildcard for me, decision is Salah/Sells and a 5 defender rotation of Lewis, Robinson, Fass, Livramento, or Jota, Trent, Porro, Gvardiol, any goalkeeper I want. In my opinion, having Salah is needed. Yeah, I would rather have the Salah one. Should I keep Diaz? Yeah, I'd keep him for one more week. Also good being in the streams. Love it, Tim. Love it, Tim. Bruno addiction is crazy, yeah. Andy does have a Bruno addiction. He has a United addiction. They all have it. Like any team I've ever reviewed of a United fan or any of my friends, they just for some reason go, you know what, United, we're better than everyone. We are the best team in the world. I have to have a United asset. They're just, there's like an illness. Thank you very much for the donation, Paul. Massively appreciate that one. He has asked me, morning, Tom, start Porro or Pedro? Ooh, I think I'd go for Pedro Porro. I just think there's going to be goals galore in that game, and I feel he could be involved in one of them. It's not because he's going to get a clean sheet. I just feel that Arsenal defence is looking really, really good at the moment, and I think Brighton had their big win last week against United. So yeah. At currently 500k, bro. This is my second season. My team name is Squad Dollar. Yeah, I'm not gonna go look it up. If you want to just type the team out in the chat, I meant not like just your team name. Andy does need an intervention with his Bruno habit. Yeah, 100%. 100%. It is too early for a Saturday morning. I've been up for an hour and like my voice is starting to kick in a little bit, but yeah, I'm like still delirious. Is Ahmed a good replacement than Rodgers? No, not really. Not really. Salah or Saka for captain? I'd probably be more tempted to go with Salah, but Saka at home could be a great shout. I would just say, though, you know, Brighton are 2 games unbeaten. It does look like a green fixture on the ticker, but remember, they've looked quite good. However, on the flip side of that, they've played a weakened Everton side with no Branthwaite, and they've also played a United side that is still in transition. The new players weren't adapted in and still look like the same old United, so yeah. Yep, that sounds good to me, Duncan. That's kind of the plan I've got, is I'm going to just switch between all the premium midfielders this season. Yep, George backing up my point there. Like, the United fans are just a little bit deluded. Kobe Mainu is the worst pick I've ever seen. No worries, Paul. Like I said, thank you very much for the donation, mate. Massively appreciate that one from you. Streaming to buy Oasis tickets. I like Oasis, but I'm not old enough. Like I'm too young to like Oasis, if that makes sense. Like I'm born in. I'm not gonna say my. Actually, yeah, I can say my age. I'm 24. But at the same time, yeah, Oasis is probably like, you probably need to be like 29, 30 to really appreciate them, or 30 above to really appreciate them. So yeah, not really for me. Porro or Gabriel? I'd definitely be playing Gabriel. The Arsenal defensive clean sheet data this week is looking pretty saucy from Rob T FPL. Why did I agree to overtime? Bro, if you want to take some time back, feel free. You don't have to moderate in the chat today. But obviously, if you're here, you're enjoying it, take some, you know, just take some time back. You don't have to do all the moderating today if you've been up since 5. I appreciate that, man. What do you do for work, Jamie? Let me know. I'd rather Suchek than Mainu. Yeah, 100%. Oasis, what's your favourite flavour? I actually don't like Oasis. It makes me feel a bit like woozy. Yeah, Harry, if that's the way you feel, mate, like there's definitely data supporting that, and if you've got a narrative that you can buy into that like justifies your decision, go for it. Go for it. Only one captain for me this game week, Semenyo. That's a wild one. That is a wild one. Yeah, the United tax is just, it genuinely is ridiculous. Like, I can't get over it. The amount of drafts I've reviewed this season with United players in, I'm just like, what are you doing? They're not a good team. If you look at any of the data sources, they're just not a good team. So yeah, not worth it for me. What other questions have we got? Bench one of Eze, Rodgers, ESR, Wood, Isak, and Jota, and why? I think we did a look, and Wood was the lowest on projected points, or it might have been ESR. So again, that's off Fantasy Football Hub's predicted points model that we're basing that off. So yeah. I'm happy with the current 8 attackers I've got. Jota, Eze, Rodgers, Palmer, Salah, Muniz, João Pedro and Haaland. Think that's good enough. I like the spread of funds. Yeah, that's a really strong lineup. That is really, really good, Duncan, mate. Semenyo or Rodgers to start in my midfield. I mean, I like Semenyo and he's definitely been putting up some good numbers, especially underlying data as well has been fantastic. However, the fixtures aren't there and I am a fixture man, so I would say go for Rodgers. Don't like Oasis, game's gone. Sorry, bro. Sorry, bro. Yeah, I saw that. What is the what's the Discord game we've got going off, George? What is that? I haven't had a look. Happy to mod. I know I'm new, but I'm an FPL Harry mod since slides CV across table. You know what, bro? We'll give you if you're here next week. I'll give you the mod. I'll give you the mod if you're here next week. Well, I hope you enjoy it. I hope you enjoy it, Jamie. Would you go for form over historic returns? Sometimes yes. Sometimes yes, because sometimes players can look out of form and, you know, they're not good. But then it depends who. It really, really depends who. If it's somebody like Mateta that's had that historic run, but has never had like a long stretch of historic runs and not in his purple patch, then no. But if it's somebody like Salah, Son, Foden, that's why I kept Son last week, because I was like, he is just a natural returner. So yeah, we're going for it. Luckily, my job allows for a lot of YouTube interaction, hence me heading to time to consume endless amounts of content. Well, I appreciate you being here, Jamie. I really, really do, mate. Palmer or Watkins as my vice-captain, Tom, for the Misses' team? I would go Palmer, mate. Which 6 million defender should I transfer in for Munoz? I would go for Robertson. I'd go for Robertson. Nice. Well, we look forward to seeing you in next week. We might have a new moderator in the chat. Saliba or Gabriel, who would you say are two relatively similar? I'd say Gabriel is better on the projected points model. However, for me personally, I would say that I just prefer what's it called? I just prefer Saliba because I feel he's not going to be dropped at any point this season. I feel he will play all 38 games. Predict the Prem games, get points if you predict team well and try to get the most points to win. Nice. Well, I like that game. I do like that game. Need to improve my defense. Any suggestions? No budget in the squad value, 107 million. You need to improve that defense. It's already pretty strong. Raya, Saliba, Porro. I mean, I would be looking at Robertson. If you've got a little bit of money left over, Porro to Robertson could be a great shout. Yeah, I'm in a prediction league as well. So let me just load that up and I'll get my predictions up for you right now. And I'll let you know what they are. Keep Porro or transfer in another player. I mean, I'm going to keep him for this week. But the player I am tempted with is Andy Robertson. He is the one I am looking at. Hi mate, I'm on the Game Week 3 wildcard train and torn by the premiums. Currently have Salah, Palmer, Saka, but hope to go Salah to Haaland Game Week 6. I'm also really hesitant to go big at the back. Convince me, please. No, yeah, that makes sense. You've got Salah, Palmer, Saka. They look like great options for the next few weeks. And making that move over to Haaland, again, gives you the best captains every single week. I would say, though, the only thing with the big at the backs is I would expect Arsenal to keep a lot of clean sheets. Robertson as well is looking like a really interesting option for me. I think Gavardio you can miss out on. Porro you can probably miss out on as well for the next few weeks as well. So, yeah. I still need your help, though. The premium defenders are predicted to get as many points as the lowest predicted attackers. Interestingly, I would like an Arsenal. I think if I was on a wild card, I would want an Arsenal and a Robertson. Outside of that, though, I probably wouldn't look elsewhere. So if you can get those two in, or maybe Raya and Robertson, then yeah, I'd go for that one. Missed out on Fast starting in my lineup. Yeah, that's a bum stinger, that one. Hutchinson brace. Yeah, it'll be interesting to see how Ipswich actually get on today against a lesser opponent, if you like. Because obviously, I feel it's super hard to judge them on their opening 2 games when they've played, you know, arguably 2 of the best teams over the past 5 years in European football. To judge a newly promoted side against those 2 is going to be difficult. So I think if they look good, Leif Davis at 4.5 could be a right steal. Really, really could. I'm left with 26.9 million. in the bank and have 6 spots. I like Raya on Robertson. Yeah, I think those two could be the decent shouts to go for. Then obviously go for some 4.5 millions in there and some 4s. That could be the way to go. Right, let's do my score predictions that I went for this week. So I went for a 3-0 win for Arsenal over Brentford. Brighton, sorry. Brentford to win 2-0 over Southampton. A 1-0 win for Bournemouth. 1-1 between Ipswich and Fulham. A 3-1 win for Aston Villa. A 2-1 win for Nottingham Forest. A 3-0 win for Manchester City. A 2-0 win for Chelsea over Palace. A 3-0 win for Liverpool over United. And then 2-2 between Newcastle and Tottenham. So yeah, those are my my score predictions on that one. When I say big at the back, currently Robertson, fast, Lewis. Oh my, yeah, that's not big at the back at all. Ipswich beat Fulham today. Can't stand the cheese board Warriors. Love that. Captain Palmer or Haaland? I have both. Like I've said to people throughout today's stream, I think Haaland is the better captaincy option. So yeah, I would be tempted with him. Yes, but with that issue, mate, I have 15.4 million left. Oh, okay, then yeah, you are a bit knobbed. Ooh, I mean, you could theoretically use that Canate one if you wanted to target the Liverpool defence, but yeah, it's difficult, isn't it? It is difficult. This is clean sheet data, which might help you over the next few weeks as well to maybe have a look at in terms of defences I will be targeting. So you could go for Nedkovic as a 4 million. I mean, Flecken might not be the worst shout in terms of goalkeepers, so you could go for him. Colwell could be a shout. Yeah, there's some okay ones in here to go for, to be honest. Gibbs White or Madueke? Oh my days. I think Gibbs White has lost a large proportion of his appeal to me, to be honest, because they've now signed James Ward-Prowse, which probably means he's going to be taking a lot of the set pieces. And I would say as well, I think he will, you know, lose his penalties because James Ward-Prowse used to take them all the time for Southampton. So yeah, I think he could lose that. Is Canate a shout with 5 million? He's not a bad shout. I just think the only problem is, would Slot do the same thing that he did with Kwanzaa if Canate has a good game? Very, very possible that he could do that. But even if I downgrade Robertson to Canate or a 4.5, I'd still have multiple 4 million defenders. Okay, we're going to have to take a look at some of the midfielders again, aren't we? Maybe drop Jota to like a Rodgers. That's what I'm thinking, maybe. Who did you have? Let me just scroll up the chat. Where is it? Where's your midfield? Where have you put him? Can't see your midfield. Okay, maybe then, out of all... Oh, you've already got Rodgers. Okay, maybe then we drop one of the forwards. I think I would just have one of João Pedro or Muniz. Drop one of them down to a 4.5. Then I think you can make some better moves, mate. Gavadio or Robertson? I would probably... I've been quite bullish on Robertson, so yeah, I'd probably go for him. Thoughts on Porro and Isak to Powell and Watkins? I'm not 100% convinced on that one, to be honest. Not 100% convinced on that one, to be honest. So yeah, it is what it is. But yeah, I'm not for me. Not for me. Start one between the three: Hall, Harwood, Bellis, and Mikolenko. I have Semeno. Then I'd probably start Harwood, Bellis out of that one. Salah to Saka for game week 6. Yeah, that definitely could be on the cards for a lot of people. Some really, really good fixtures in there. Do keep the questions coming in, guys. Like I said, we are on that road to 10,000 subscribers as well on the channel. So if you do want to help me out, make sure you are hitting that subscribe button, like button as well. It does push it out to more people, which is exactly what we want in these streams. We want as many people as we possibly can. And you guys are the best as well. You know that. I'll get round to as many questions as I possibly can in today's stream. So there is no need to spam. We will try to get to everybody's question. If I do miss it out, make sure you just like drop it in like maybe a couple minutes later as well if I have missed it out. But yeah, please don't spam. I will get round to all the questions I possibly can. Bench one of Gabriel, Porro, Munoz, Leif Davis. Gabriel is a certainty. Then I would probably say Munoz. Hi there, do we prioritise penalty takers regardless of fixtures? Depends who it is. Depends who it is. But yeah, like playing João Pedro this week if you have to, because he could get a penalty. He very easily could get a penalty and it could swing in his way. Rico Lewis or Aina in the team today? I'd play Rico Lewis. What are the news about Hall if possible he starts? I haven't seen anything, but obviously with him being dropped last week, it doesn't look good, does it? Rico Lewis or Pau? I think Pau's the more sensible pick. Lewis is more the gamble. However, if he continues to play in the side, then why not? How many points did you get last week, Tom? We got 72, which isn't the worst in the world to consider we don't have Erling Haaland. And yeah, we had Son in, we had Salah captain, we still had Nkunku at this point as well, so yeah. I have a major benching headache. I have to decide on 2 sets of players. First set is Konza or Ped Porro, and the second set is starting 3 of Eze, ESR, Muniz, Eze, or Rogers. I would probably say we looked at this. ESR is the lowest on predicted points, so he would be the one that I would drop there. And then on the other one, I would say Villa's clean sheet data for this week is pretty decent, actually. Let me just load it up for you. There it is. 34% chance of a clean sheet, so if you're backing a clean sheet, go for it. However, there are predicted to be goals in that game against Spurs and Newcastle. So, very easily you could come away with some Porro attacking returns. I wouldn't be expecting a clean sheet. I would be saying he's in there purely for the attacking returns. Martinez or Raya in for game week 3? I mean, I'd be going Raya. Look at those clean sheet data odds. Back that. You know, the bookmakers do their research. Back that. Konza, Pau, Torres, or Robinson? Konza. Final question, I promise. No worries, you can ask as many questions as you want. I have 1 defender and 1 attacker slot to fill with a 13.2 million budget. I would be tempted then with... I'd be tempted, if you've already got a pretty stacked out defence, I probably would be tempted to go for an attacker. So yeah, but at the same time, there's not really that many good ones. So yeah, probably 1 defender. I'm switching. I'm going defender. Downgrading Muniz to Jebson gives me Raya to Robertson, 2 4.5 millions and 2 4 million. No other sacrifices made. Great stuff. There we go. I knew we could figure it out, Duncan. I hope it does work out for you, mate, and I hope you get some pretty decent rank gains from it. I'm gonna bench Burn and play Mikalenko. Sensible decision. He didn't play last week. So just be wary of that one. However, he was in the AI team. If you watch that video on the channel this week, of course, we cover Fantasy Football Hub's AI team every single week. If you want to go and check it out, there is a link in the description to their website. They are currently having a 50% off sale as well. So go and take full advantage of that one. And by using my link, you also help support my channel out as well, which is what you want to hear. Yeah, I mean, the pen narrative it's one of those, isn't it? I feel if you can get a player that has penalties and is actually pretty decent as well, it's a nice added bonus. But yeah, like say if James Ward-Prowse just has penalties, I'm not going to be like gagging to get him in because it is so hard to predict when those are going to happen. It could happen in a game against City where you've benched him, or it could happen in a game against Southampton where, you want to play him. So yeah, it's like that. Start Doku or Isak? Probably Doku, but yeah. Palmer or Haaland for captain game week 3? I think Haaland is the best captaincy option, so I probably would go for him. Worth taking a -4 to do Fernandes to Palmer, Solanke to Pedro. Yeah, that could be a decent switch up. I don't know whether or not it's worth the -4, but yeah, I like it. There was an update on the projected goals from Rob T FPL. Wonderful stuff. I didn't see that. Yeah, as you can tell, I probably made it up. Jeez, do not spam in the chat. You are getting put on a timeout. Come on, mate. Let's put you on a timeout. You're going to go on a 5-minute timeout till you learn not to spam. There we go. And Buemo captaincy shout? Yeah, not for me. I think there's plenty of really, really good options. Premium options as well this week. Which 2 4 million defenders would you say are the best for the next 4 game weeks? I'd probably say Nedkovic, and I would probably say Harwood Bellis or Greaves. Some good fixtures for Ipswich coming up as well. Isak to João Pedro and then Jota to Saka. Already have Salah and Haaland. Yeah, that could work. That could work. Thoughts on Captain Havertz? Yeah, again, not for me. There's plenty of good options, so I probably won't go for it. Who should I bring in? Rodgers for Burton Diaz or Eze? I have 2 million in the bank. I think replace Eze. I feel like Diaz might do something this week. If you feel like Diaz is going to do something, then keep him. But I probably would be more tempted with the Burton Diaz change there. You'll get your chance next week. No worries, George, mate. I know you channel moderators are doing your stuff. But yeah, we've put him on a 5 minute little ban to teach him his lesson. But yeah, that goes for anybody. Please just don't spam in the chat. We will get round to your questions. There is no need to just whack it in there a million times. Do you think O'Brien from Everton will start, or should I bring in Robertson? I play Robertson. Jota or Muniz? Note, I don't have Salah. If you don't have Salah, then maybe I'd want to cover off those Liverpool attacking returns. So Jota. Hiya, Tom. I already have Saka, but I'd like to change him to Watson. Who the hell is Watson? Do you mean Watkins? Let me know, Peter. Let me know on that one, mate. Looks away for 45 seconds and someone starts spamming in the chat. Yeah, 100%. Right, let me just quickly go and look at Rob T FPL. We've had some more people send their stuff in as well, so we'll take a look at that one. Has he updated it? Has he updated it? Oh, he has. He has. 38%. They've downgraded that one a little bit. I'm not going to actually load that up full because you won't be able to see that. But yeah, 38%. Projected goals are still pretty good, though. Still, the Spurs game's pretty the same. Interestingly, that Brentford clean sheet has gone up more than the Villa one. So yeah, that bodes quite well. Same with the Forest one, and their projected goals have gone up. So that bodes well for Chris Wood owners. So yeah, looks good for the Chris Wood owners this week. Right, let's take a look at some of the teams that have been sent in by you guys. Tempted to sell Haaland and Eze to Watkins and Salah purely for fixtures. Planning a game week 7 wildcard, so short-term focus. Yeah, I mean, I probably would be looking at the Salah move next week. I think Haaland, for me, is the best captaincy option for this week. However, if you're not tempted to go for him captain and you are looking at that Palmer one, it could be worth the move. So that does make sense. Should I go Palmer captain instead of Haaland, and thoughts on my wildcard team? I'm not a big fan of the Wolves striker for 5.5. I would rather have João Pedro. I know he's got a difficult fixture this week. However, for me, longer term, they are one of the bottom teams for projected goals across the next 5 to 6 game weeks on the 11-5 model. So not really worth any consideration for me. Same goes for Kilman, 4.5. West Ham weren't one of the top teams for projected clean sheets. There are plenty of better teams I would be looking to target. So please go and use the 11-5 data to make the best decisions, in my opinion, and target the best defences. But yeah, I would probably say as well, though, I am more leaning towards Haaland. Yo, should I take a -4 for players? I got 1.54 million in the bank. No, I think this team's fine. This team is fine. You don't need to take any. Maybe Johnson might be a problem, but yeah, maybe Johnson might be the issue. He's not predicted to start, so he could be the only issue in this side. Who else have we had? Islam has said, already made my transfer. Semenyo over in Kuku. I have 1.4 million in the bank. Any angle for a -4 or any thoughts on this team in general? I definitely don't think you need a -4. Hall might not play. Mikalenko might not play. Those two might become potential problems over the next few weeks. However, the rest of the team looks pretty steady. Henderson, Semenyo, Smith Rowe, Matoma. Yeah, I think this team looked good. You've got all the correct players playing in the right position, so all good. All good on that one. Like I said, if you do want your team rated by me, head over to FPLTom_ on Twitter. Leave it under my most recent tweet or the tweet advertising this stream, and we will take a look at some point. Is Nedkovic worth the risk over Porro? Better clean sheet odds this week, so yeah, I probably would say so. Who do I bench? Gordon, Eze, or João Pedro? Probably I would say João Pedro out of those ones. Hall to a defender for... I'd just probably play Harwood Bellis. Yeah, you meant Watkins. Cool. No, I wouldn't be doing that ahead of this week to me, mate. Not ahead of this week, Peter. Final question. Strategically still have ESR and not Eze. ESR expected to go up today. I deliberately have funds for Eze and included that in our planning. Should I start with ESR or Eze. I mean, ESR has the better fixture for this week. However, if you look at the predicted points model, Eze does have the better ones, but I know that Fantasy Football Hub algorithm loves him. And he has been super unfortunate not to have got an attacking return so far this season. So, yeah, just bear that one in mind. Bear that one in mind. It won't be the final question. No, I know it won't be, bro. Ask as many as you want, though. We're all good over here. Bench 1, Rodgers, Muniz, Semenyo, or Isak? Probably Semenyo. But yeah, it's tight. That is tight. That is tight. Hey, Anton, how's it going, mate? I hope you're doing good. But yeah, I probably would say Semenyo on that one. It is tight. It is really, really tight, though. That you could end up with some points on the bench. All of those players could very easily go and get some good returns. Very easily. Yep, Jamie is correct. One of our channel moderators, he says, don't forget to hit that like button. Show Tom some love. Yeah, it would be appreciated, guys. What do I think about Aina? Probably going to be dropped in the next few weeks. So yeah, I would maybe look to sell him off if I had him. Bench 1 of Rodgers. We did that question. Should I sell Bruno last minute? I mean, depends who you're going to sell him for. Ollie Watson is one of my favourite players. I'm a big fan of the Ollie Watsons. You know what? That's a competition for people in the chat. Come up with the best mispronounced player name. So it has to be close. Like Ollie Watson is a great name. But yeah, put some in the chat. Players that are like mispronounced names, but it's great. It is great. Bench Eze, Gvardiol, or Robinson. Ooh, I probably would say Robinson out of all of those ones you've suggested there to me. Gordon to Rodgers. I have Isak and no Aston Villa. Yeah, that makes sense. That does make sense. I'm personally not doing that, but again, it makes sense for other people's teams as well. If you're feeling a Bruno blank, then make the move, mate. Make the move. Do you think O'Brien from Everton will start this week? I don't think Bramford's back, so probably, but I haven't really checked any of the Everton team news. I'm not really focusing on those ones. Mate, I would absolutely nom down a steak bait right now. I am starving for some reason. I've woke up and I'm just hungry. Push up Tom's expected algorithm. I love that, mate. I absolutely love that one. I want to bench Rodgers over Semenyo. Then do it then. Huge anus. Stop. Mohamed Salah's a great one. Watkins or Isak for the future games? Probably I would say Watkins. However, I'm looking to hold Isak up until 6 and move to Havertz. Avechi Eze is a great one. Cold Palmer is a very, very solid one as well. Some pretty, I'd say standard ones in there, but, you know, very, very good stuff, guys, across the board. I like it. Keep those coming in as well throughout today's stream. Cool. Let's have a look at how the poll is doing. I feel like you'll have a good barometer now. We've had over 600, close to 650 votes in here for the best captain for this week and probably where people are looking. 56% have gone for Haaland, 26% have gone for Palmer, 12% have gone for Salah, and 6% have gone for Bukayo Saka. So I still think, you know, Haaland is the best captain, so that's probably the way to go with that one. Currently sitting with Watkins / Rodgers. Is it worth upgrading with 1 million or going Robertson to Trent? Planning on going Vissa Pedro for rotation for the next few weeks. I think if I could afford it, I would want Trent over Robertson, but still, both are great shouts. Alexander-Arnold Trent is a great one. That's fair play to you, Jess, for that one. Watkins or Isak. I mean, the fixtures are definitely there for Watkins. However, those early substitutions are a little bit of a pain, a little bit, to be honest, for me. When you doing team ratings, whenever you want, mate. We did a whole big bunch of them earlier this morning, but yeah, we'll do some more for you, mate. So yeah, if you want to get your team rated by me at FPLTom_, leave it under my pin tweet, and yeah, we'll get those reviewed. Come on, George. Come on, George. You know I can't read that stuff out on this streams. Come on. Come on. Oh, dear, dear, dear. Keep the questions coming in, guys. Hopefully we get some early team news ahead of the Arsenal game. You know, just definitely confirming that Saka is going to be doing it. Do you do FPL challenge? I need to do my FPL challenge team, so we'll do that on. Melvin De Groin is a great one. Melvin De Groin. Van Retracted is also a great one. You guys are absolutely killing it on this section. Loving it. Absolutely loving that, guys. Yeah, we'll get my challenge team done in a second. It's like newly promoted players. Is that correct? I think that's what it is this week, isn't it? Something like that. Keep the likes coming in. Keep the questions coming in as well, guys. Massively appreciated, as always, by myself. It's been a pretty wild week, to be honest. There's been plenty of ups, plenty of downs. But yeah, it's been a wild week. For those that were in the Discord, you kind of understand what happened this week. But yeah, I'm just grateful we hit 7.5k and we're still here. So big up. Reminders: if a player signed after 12 PM yesterday, they can't play today. 100%. One more blank and another price drop for Eze. I mean, it's possible, but I feel he just can't keep getting away with it, can he? Nice. I'm somehow top 5% on FPL Challenge. Worried about this weekend with the promoted, though. Yeah, let's head over. Let's take a look. Can I load in this one? Oh, good. Yeah, I like that. Oh, yeah, that's good. That. Cool. Let me load up Challenge. Let's see. Where is it? Fantasy Challenge. Manage team. Can you guys see that all right? Oh, I need to scroll down a little bit. Now you can. There we go. Let's do my fantasy challenge team then. Do keep the questions coming in. We'll have a look. Ooh. I mean, has Thingy just moved? Is he Ramsdale? He is there. Yeah, we'll have Ramsdale. I'm gonna have what's his name? Oh my god, what's the guy's name? What's his name? Davis. Leaf Davis. Yeah. Nice. We're going to have... We'll play Vardy. I feel like you have to have Vardy. He's just a bit of a shithouse, isn't he? Schmodix? Is he... Schmodix? Is he a midfielder? Yeah, he is. And then we need another midfielder or forward. Who are the midfielders we could have? Buonanotte could be a decent shout. No one's screaming out in the midfield category, so I think we're going to go for another forward. Delap, Armstrong, Archer. Oh, Jesus, these are crap and all. These are really bad. All right, let's go Delap. Oh, no, we've exceeded the budget by how much? 2 million? Holy smokes, you really can't get anyone in, can you? Right, all right, we're going to dip him down. Not dick him down, dip him down. All right, I reckon we're going to have to go for 2 at the back then. 2-1-1. Get rid of Vardy. 2-1-1. We've got 3.6, so we're still going to have to make some like sacrifices here. Oh my. Right, defenders. We need a cheap 4 million defender in there. Harwood Bellish, you're in, sunshine. And then I reckon we just put Archer in up top. We'll do that. Archer in, Schmodix captain. We've got 0.1 million in the bank. Bosh. There we go. That is saved. Sweet. There we go. That's the fantasy challenge team built for this week. Let's head back over to FPL. Let me just line everything up. And then switch back over to this one. And there we go. We're back. Dave for Aspilicueta was a classic. Yep. Isak and Rogers or Gordon and Visser. Other transfers will be Watkins. Ooh. Probably Isak and Rogers. What about Craig Dawson, Tom? Don't remind me. Don't remind me, by the way. You're the best FPL YouTuber, but I don't know how you only have 4.7k subs. I mean, we don't. We have 7.6k now, mate. We're flying. We're flying. Do you think it's worth taking out Bruno for Palmer for a -4 if I'm going Palmer captain? I have no Haaland. I mean, if you're going for the captaincy, then that makes sense. Oh, Greaves. I forgot about Greaves. Well, we've done it now. I don't think Hall will play again. Vardy plus a can of Red Bull will be the greatest finisher on the planet. Yeah, 100%. What do you think about Konza from Aston Villa? Yep, great shout. ESR Rogers. You put Eze, ESR Rogers, Bruno, Isak, Pedro, bench 2. Probably Bruno and João Pedro. Done. Dawson season was an absolute classic around Christmas. We nearly had Big Willie season as well. I imagine we'll end up with probably some daft players in the team again at some point. I always just get swayed, don't I? Should I start Robinson or Porro? The clean sheet data is better for Robinson. However, I am expecting goals in that Porro one and in the Spurs game, sorry. So Porro could get involved in that. Would you start Howard, Bellis, Mark Gahey or Dan Burn as my third defender this week? I would probably go with... I'd probably go Howard, Bellis. Hey mate, did I make a mistake transferring Eze rather than Mbeumo for Nkuku? I'm planning a game week 4 wildcard. Yeah, you probably did. If you're planning to wildcard, you could have got Eze next week, and Mbeumo probably has the better fixture and probably more likely to score this week. Pau or Porro? I mean, I probably would play Pau Torres if I had him. Is Veltman worth getting? I've not really checked in on him recently, but he's just a bit of a shithouse, and he probably will play. And if he's played the first 2, I probably would expect him to continue playing. However, Brighton do have a lot of players, so just be wary of that one. Just be wary of that one. But yeah. Last time I checked, you had 4.7k, going crazy well. Yeah, we're smashing it, mate. We're cooking. We're cooking. We've smashed over that 5k barrier. We smashed over the 7.5k barrier. So yeah. Would you take off Eze for Madueke? No, I wouldn't. I think those Chelsea players are going to be so pesky, and everyone that's bought in Madueke is going to massively regret it when he's like either benched or just doesn't feature. Yeah, it's going to be a problem. What rank are you at the moment? I'm top 40k right now. Love that for you, Anton. I think we're 1.8 million, which isn't the worst in the world considering we've not got, of course, Haaland. So, you know, we can pull it back. If Palmer absolutely smashes it tomorrow, could be a great day for us. Hopefully. Hopefully so. Do keep the questions coming in, guys. Like I said, we will try to answer as many as we possibly can. So what happened in the Discord? Oh, just, you know, life stuff. Life stuff. It is what it is. But we're blessed to be here. And yeah, we're blessed with 7,500 subscribers. Let's put it that way. But yeah, some life stuff happened over last weekend, which was not fun, but we've dealt with it. We've dealt with it. Still ongoing, but we've dealt with it. So yeah, we're all good. But yeah, that's probably an advertisement to get yourself in the Discord, isn't it, really? Whoa. There's no need to, you know, for a bit of hostility there, Jessica, is there? You know, 1.8 million. But, you know, maybe I am behind you, and not in that way. Like, we're not getting Jermaine Genist again, like we did last week. But yeah, I will be in front of you at some point. Again, though, in FPL, not in any other way. Let's keep it all above board. Come on. Do keep your questions coming in, guys. We've got about 1 hour and 15 before the deadline. So yeah, make sure you're getting your questions in. If you want your team rating as well, we will do that over on Twitter. I wonder if we've had any kind of early team news. We'll take a look at some teams first that I've not done. Matt has said, "Hi Tom, thinking about using my wildcard. Any changes you would recommend?" No, I think that's pretty good. I think that's a pretty good wildcard. I'd be happy with that. Get 1 transfer and 1 mil in the bank. I don't think you necessarily need to make a transfer this week, so I think you could roll. If I was to do anybody, maybe Gordon to Rodgers at a push, but I probably would roll. Change Gusto and Rodgers for Semenyo. No, I'd leave it as is. I'm going with this and saving my transfer for this week. Nice. Yeah, save it. You know, you'll have a lot more information to deal with next week as well, so that's fine. 100% makes sense to me, Anton, that one, buddy. What have we had in the leaked FPL team news? Nothing as of yet. Nothing as of yet. Thanks, Jermaine. I want to bench Bruno, but I swear if he scores a lot versus Liverpool. Does he? Bro, Salad and Palmer, ye is over me. What? What? Milo, I'm going to need some better English than that one, buddy. Have a look at the guy who's got you as his profile picture. Yeah, I couldn't see him. I don't want to just like spend all day sat on Twitter, but we'll have a look. Should I free up 1 million by getting Robertson instead of Trent? Yeah, I would prefer Trent, but Robertson has looked good. He has looked really, really good. But yeah, let me see if I can find him. Let me see if I can find this guy who has who has me as their profile picture. And you said his name's Tom as well. I reckon you just pulling my leg. I reckon you're just pulling my leg here. I feel like I would have noticed that as well. Right, you're chatting shit. Chatting shit. That's what you're doing, mate. Hi, mate. Do you think I should do Solanke / Pedro sub this week, Gordon / Palmer for a -4 this week, the same for free, or Solanke to Watkins? I probably would do Solanke to Watkins. Should I take a -4 to get a defender? I have Trent, Fast, Johnson, Kwanzaa, and Hall. Any recommendations? 1.5 million. I'm not keen on taking a -4 there. However, if you've got 1.5 million in the bank, you could replace Kwanzaa with Nedkovic, free up a little bit more money, but is it going to be worth a -4? Maybe longer term, yes. However, I think I maybe would gamble and not do the -4. All right, I'll let you go back and tag me in it, George. Go back and tag me in it. Who to bench? ESR, Muniz, or Robinson? Probably Robinson out of all of those. I probably think Fulham will score, but I think Ipswich will look a lot better today. I do think they'll look a lot better today. Keep your questions coming in, guys. Obviously, if you want your team reviewing, send it me on Twitter at @FPLTom_. As well, if you're new around here, make sure you are hitting that subscribe button as we are on that road to 10,000 subscribers, which would be pretty cool if we could hit that. Throw my phone, wonderful stuff. But yeah, keep the questions coming in. We have got around an hour and 10 minutes until the deadline as well. But yeah, I'm interested to see what Raptor does this week, to be honest. Obviously, he's got a similar-ish setup to me, mainly down to the fact that he also doesn't have Haaland. Whether or not he's changed that is a different situation. Interestingly, he's got a poll over on his YouTube as well. And Haaland again with only 54% of the vote. Salah with 21. A lot more people going for Salah in his. And then Palmer with 17. So it does seem like it's a little bit more split out in his as well. So yeah, interesting stuff. He's benching Porro as well over Robertson. So not Robertson, Robinson. So there you go. I found the guy's handle. It's at not FPL Tom. Brilliant. What a numpty. Not FPL Tom. What a numpty. My team is infinitely... Thanks for the stream, mate. Bench one of Aina and Robinson and Smith Rowe and Wood. I probably would say Aina, and I probably would say... I think Chris Wood's better on the predicted points model, so probably Smith Rowe. Right, tag me in it. Tag me in it, George. Tag me in it. Or take a photo and send it in the Discord. Start 2, bench 1, Eze, Smith Rowe, Rogers. I probably would say Eze and Rogers and bench Smith Rowe. You've already reviewed my team, so how about a psychic evaluation on why I agreed to work on a Saturday? Extremely questionable decision making from me. We all do some silly things sometimes, don't we? No one's perfect. Holy Mother of God, you have my ideal team. I mean, it's not ideal. There's still some problems and some holes, but it's not bad. It's not bad. Oh, can you take a screenshot of it? Take a screenshot of it and yeah. Sweet, mate. Send it in the Discord and we'll get him up. We'll get him. We'll find him and we'll batter his head in or something. I don't know. I'm not suggesting that YouTube, by the way. That was a joke, you know. If this was on TikTok right now, we probably would have been already banned. Konza or Pau? For me, Konza. I think it's his versatility and is probably the fact that he is one of the first names on the team sheet that makes him the best player you can get, really. So yeah, I probably would say that one. Probably would say that one. Can I send my team? Can I send you my team? I have a really weird one. Yeah, sure you can. Send it me on Twitter at FPLTom_. Who'd start out of Trent, Vass, Johnson, Kwanzaa, and Hall? Trent, Vass, and I maybe would take a gamble on Johnson starting or Hall starting. But yeah, Kwanzaa won't start, so you can probably put him back to the back of the list, to be honest. Sent it in the Discord. Cool. Let me go and take a look then. Let me go and take a look. If you want to put the link to the Discord in the chat as well, that would be appreciated. If you want to come over to that one, feel free to. There he is. There he is. I've just seen it. Oh my god. Not FPL Tom and it's my face. What a numpty. I want to go and find this guy. Isaac and Rogers or Gordon and Visser. Other transfer will be Watkins. I answered this one earlier. They just ban you for nudity again. Yeah, that was the weirdest ban I've ever got. Nudity. How did I even manage to get that one? That is wild. That is wild. Not FPL Tom. Where is this guy? I do remember seeing it now. His name was like Tom, wasn't it? Where is he? That's wild. That is wild. Maybe he's deleted his tweet. Maybe he's deleted it. Maybe he knows we're on to him. Let's have a look. I want to find him now. Let's have a look. There it is. Not FPL Tom. What a joker. What a joker. TC'd Emmanuel Dennis. What the hell is that? We are currently live answering people's questions. The only question I have is, where is Jake? Jake doesn't do these streams with me. Oh, why do we always just get weirdos? There was a TikTok one as well I found. Absolute weirdos. I just tweeted you my team. Cool, we'll go and take a look at that one. Probably because you know me. You know me, George. I'm always marching around with my top off. Always marching around with my top off. But yeah, we get some freaks. I can't lie. Some absolute Fruit Loops. Absolute Fruit Loops. There really is. Where's Jake Tom? Now other people are asking me. I don't know. I don't know if he's up. I don't know if he's up. I'll drop him a message. See if he's alive. See what he's done. I'm going to ask him, are you captaining Visser? Because that's what he said he was going to do. I need Jake to talk me into this Visser captain. Wonderful stuff. That's how you know you've made it, when people start pretending to be you. I mean, we haven't really made it, have we? We've got like we're doing well, 7.5k, but really, yeah. Like, for people to be making fake accounts, we haven't made it that big. Tom, I told you that nudity ban was from the Saturday night stream. Yeah, that's just for like the other one, like, you know. FPL Tom royalty equals Big Ben, man locked out of house, Jake in general, Dawson season, fake Tom. I think you forgot Big Willie season as well. That was a fun time. But yeah, the guy being locked out of the house was also a good one. But for like the new camera setup and stuff, and like with the lighting and stuff, I have closed the windows so we can't see if people get like in the flat across the road now. But that was vintage streaming. Who to bench out of Konza, Gavardio, Trent, Robertson, and Pedro? Ooh, probably Pedro is going to be the one that you want to bench there, and probably play Robinson. Big Willie's Barmy Army, yeah. What a time to be alive. Visser or Watkins for game week 3? Just for game week 3, I think I would prefer Visser. Longer term, I would probably say Watkins is the better option. But yeah, keep the questions coming in, guys. We've got about an hour till the deadline does close. We're not going to stick around for too long, as I do want to head to the gym. And then, of course, what's it called? Be back for the 12:30 game as well. I'm a little bit peckish, though, which is weird. It is weird. Send it on Discord. Yeah, I can't open Discord up on my computer. So if you want me to review it now, send it over on Twitter. I mean, I'm not going bold if this stream gets 120 likes. That's not happening. That is not happening. I might do something wild for 10k. If we hit 10k subscribers, let me know what we should do. Let me know what we should do in the chat. I remember when your team name got banned as well. Bench one of Munoz, ESR, and Robinson. Probably Robinson. But yeah, let me know what we should do if we hit 10, when we hit 10k, because it's probably more a when than an if. But yeah, let me know what we should do when we hit 10k to celebrate. You know, I'm not going focal levels and getting a tattoo. We'll save that for further down the line. But with 10k, I feel we have to do something pretty special. So let me know what we should do. What is the best wildcard team? I mean, there's a good example on the channel already. If you want to go and check it out in my my most recent video. No bold look is Raptors thing. Yeah, we can't be taking this. I've got the curls. No other FPL manager has the curls, do they? So yeah. We should get you some dreads. Saka to Palmer after this game week. Yeah, that makes sense. Should I captain Cole Palmer or Haaland? I think if I had Haaland, I would captain him, but I think Cole Palmer is also a decent shout. Invite me over at 10k, bro. You already, you know, I think you're like under 18 as well, so we can't be doing that. Morning, mate. Hi, pal. You doing good? Gavardio to Konza to bring in Palmer. Yeah, I've not been overly impressed with Gavardio. Like, his positioning hasn't been great, and he definitely is a player I am looking to get rid of in the next few weeks. Who's benching Smith Rowe or Rodgers? If I had to pick between the two, I probably would lean to bench Smith Rowe. Not sure who to bench. Eze, Saka, Smith Rowe, Jota, Rodgers up front, Wood, Erling, and Isak. Probably would again be between Smith Rowe and Rodgers. Did the Sterling deal happen? I believe it so. I believe so. I'm 21. Oh, sweet. Oh, we're all right then. We can invite you over. That's it. Done. I'm going to invite some random guy I've only ever spoke to over the internet to my house. Yeah, makes sense, that one. But yeah, I need like good suggestions. What should we do? We hit 10k subscribers. What do we do? What do we do? Let me know. Let me know what we do. When we hit that 10k mark, what do we do to celebrate? As long as it's not like completely daft, like I'm not going to shave my head. We're not going to do anything like that. I already dance pretty regularly, so that's not a big achievement. Oh, wonderful stuff, mate. We'll go and check it out. We'll go and check it out. $33. Yeah, I'm probably one of the younger content creators within the FPL space. Everyone else is like mid to late 20s and some people pushing in 30s. Then there's me just like 24, just like, meh, here I am. Jesus. Who would you bench between Mooney, Smith Rowe, Rodgers, or Eze? Probably Smith Rowe, but it's so tight to call. No, that's wild. I'm not getting every rank. Like, some of my early ranks when I used to not take this game seriously are mental. A party-themed deadline stream? Yeah, we could do something like that. We could get, like, some banners and put up some signs and stuff. Yeah, that could work. I could do that. Like get a little like 10k banner. That could work. That could work. Give someone 10 grand. Surely you could do that. Why would I do that? I don't even have 10 grand. Let alone give away 10 grand. I don't have 10 grand. Come on, guys. There's got to be better suggestions than this. Whoever sent me their team, it hasn't... Oh, it has pulled through. Here we go. Milo, bench Smith Rowe, Rogers. You asked me this one. And I think, yeah, I probably would bump Smith Rowe up to first sub, though, on the bench. Other than that, though, I think you probably got every decision right. Any changes? 1 million in the bank? No, I think that's a pretty steady team. Again, Rogers ESR, I feel it's up to personal preference, but if you want, you know, an AI kind of decision, then yeah. 24 mid-20s, stop lying to yourself. Bro, don't do me like that. I am 25 next year, but don't do me like that. I'm starting to feel a bit old. My hairline is starting to go as well. I'm not donating 10 grand. Spam Tom to reach 10k. Yep. Same age. That's why I prefer you rather than the other creators. That makes me feel like I'm getting life advice from older brother. Valid. Valid. Well, I appreciate that one, man. If you give Andy 10k, he might do a dance. We should raid all the big streamers. Why would I need the views here, lads? They don't need any extra views. Come get them to come to me. Don't do it the other way around. Yeah, I'm not gonna get a tattoo like Focal, like not for 10k anyway. 100k maybe, but yeah. 10k we need something else. I'm tempted with Jackson as fixtures are too good to be ignored. What do you think? I'm not touching any other Chelsea player this season outside of Palmer. There are just so many options that can play in multiple positions. Not worth it. What were your transfers in this week? I brought in Palmer for Son and I brought in Rogers for Nkuku. There you go. My knees feel like I'm 55. Wonderful. Martinez and Saka or Raya and KDB for game week 3. Ooh. I like the Raya and KDB one, but I think I would... yeah, probably Raya and KDB. Who do you think has the better chance of points this week? Maddison or Garnacho? Probably Maddison. His data that he's been picking up has been really, really good. Thanks for your help, mate. Good luck this week. Good luck to you as well, pal. Thank you for coming along to the stream. Appreciate it. Canate or Rico Lewis? Probably would prefer Rico Lewis. Did the tweet come through? I didn't see it come through, mate. So just make sure you are following me on Twitter. That sometimes helps it pull through. When you reach 10k, you have to sing 10,000 green bottles sitting on the wall. I'll be here all night with that one. Jesus. Who would you bench from ESR? Eze, Gordon, Rogers, Saka, Isak, Haaland, Watkins. I've said this. It is between Emil Smith-Rowe and it is between Rogers. The Fantasy Football Hub predicted points model has Rogers scoring more than Eze this week. So if you want to go down that route, that makes sense. However, yeah. I'm not sure. It's split between those two. At 10k, you get in a player pause with a 10 jersey. Yeah, I guess we could do something like that, maybe. Do an ISO speed and jump head first into your setup when you hit 10k. I need this setup. I can't replace it. He's got millions coming in. I haven't got millions coming in. I can't just fly straight into my monitor just like woof. But yeah. Come on, guys. We can think of better ideas than this. Come on. We're a Chesterfield. No, that's even worse, Tim. Like we're getting worse. We're getting worse. We're getting worse. These ideas are slowly getting worse. Good luck to you as well, mate. Thank you for coming along to the stream. If you do have any further questions, get them in. What about Son captain? He could play up front and likely to get lots of goals in that game. Yeah, it's not the worst shout in the world. And I feel like Son could be one of those players that does haunt me a little bit this week, going for Palmer, especially if he blanks. But it is what it is. Will Hall doubtful to start. Would you bring Konza got no replacement, only fast. Yeah, then probably if I've got no other backups. Do a handstand, not a 10k just right now. I can't do a handstand, bro. If I could, I would, you know me. But yeah, I can't do one. At 10k, hire a choir to stand behind you singing the question from the chat. How much money do people think I've got? I'm wrecking my setup. I'm getting a tattoo. I'm getting shirts. I'm giving away 10k and I'm hiring choirs. How much money do people think I have? Buy a football shirt with players' names on the back, specifically your favourite player of the season, all the years you've been playing FPL, and spend the stream telling the story behind each shirt. Not a bad idea. Not a bad idea. Again, though, financially, Spenny, and we don't really have that money. And I don't... Do I want a Wolves shirt with Craig Dawson on the back? Probably not. Get rid of Saliba for Trent Alexander-Arnold? Probably not. There's still some pretty decent fixtures in there for Arsenal. The next two clean sheet-wise will be difficult after the Brighton game, but I still would want him longer term. Tom, I have 0.1 less to buy Anderson. Can I buy Robinson? Can I buy Anderson? I'd expect him to start, but you know what? Make sure. At 10k, find some old random man and challenge him to a fantasy league. Again, all YouTubers are multi-millionaires. Guys, I share a flat with some guy, well, my friend Sean, if you've watched any of the second channel content. That's it. We don't live a luxurious life. I know we've got free televisions now, but we're not living a good life. Isaac, Havertz and Muniz, who will you drop to accommodate Rodgers? Probably none of those, you know. Bruno to Palmer for a hit. And how does Mason's injury have an impact with Xerxes most probably likely to start? I don't think I'd do that move for a hit, personally, for me. You want a Villa shirt with Watson on the back? Yes, let's go. Captain Kwanzaa when we hit 10k? No, we need to do well at this game to keep people coming back. Porro or Gvardiol for game week 3? Gvardiol. Play play João Pedro or take a hit for Solanke and play the replacement. Probably not worth doing that, so yeah, I'd do that. Would you go Kwanzaa or Robinson to start? I think Villa have slightly better clean sheet odds, so I probably would go for Kwanzaa. However, Robinson's still a decent shout. Should I bring in Palmer to Saka or keep Saka? I have both Haaland and Salah, so I can bring one of these. Yeah, I'd probably keep him for one more week, Saka. We forgot about FPL, yeah. We were just having a chat, really. We weren't talking about FPL anymore. Mbeumo or Eze? I think Mbeumo for this week is the better option. Next two after that, though, Eze, and then again, it probably picks back up to Mbeumo. At 10k, you have to transfer a team of non-starters in for the week. I'm not doing that. No, I don't get a tenner every time there's an advert on the screen. Unfortunately, we're not blessed in that regard. Trent Robinson, Konza, Jota, Roger Smith-Rowe. Does Eze start? Probably, yeah, I would say over Smith-Rowe or Rodgers. Those would be the two that I probably would drop. But again, I feel like whatever happens this week, you are going to end up with someone maybe hauling on the bench. And that's just the way it's going to go, unfortunately. Collab with Jake and Golden. Yeah, that's not a bad idea, to be fair. I know Tom/Golden is also closing on 10,000 subscribers. I don't think he's streaming today, but please, guys, go and show him some love. I know he was having a few issues with his laptop last night. Please go and show him some love on Twitter. And, of course, over on YouTube. He's also making some amazing content. And, again, is on that road to 10,000 like myself. So, yeah, go for it. Welcome back, mate. Also, lad, who would you bench between Jota, Eze, Wood, Smith-Rowe and Rodgers? Again, it is between Smith-Rowe and Rodgers for me. And Fantasy Football Hub's predicted points tool has it as Rodgers scoring more than Smith-Rowe, but it's so tight. A free hit with a full differential team when you hit 10k. Yeah, again, I don't think I'm going to do that one. Keep the questions coming in, guys. Like I said, if you are new around here, make sure you're hitting that subscribe button as well. Massively appreciated by me. If you're already an existing subscriber as well, make sure you're hitting that like button. And of course, we are trying to find out ideas for what to do when the channel does hit 10,000 subscribers. Wood or Eze? I would probably play Eze. Better for predicted points this week. At 10k subs, hire a private investigator to follow Jake and see what he gets up to. Bro, Jake sent the wildest video to me and like everyone in our group chat the other day. It was a dog that was like stuck on like on an outside building. There was like just like a little like overhanging roof bit. So like the window's here and then there's just like overhanging roof bit. There was just a dog on it. No one knows how it got there. The police were there. Everyone was just waiting. I need to ask him what happened with that dog. If he comes in the chat, we're going to ask him about the dog. Not about his team. Sod that one off. Start Munoz or Mikolenko? I probably would start Munoz. Rogers hat-trick coming. Easy, easy. Make 10-minute FPL movie for 10k. No, yeah, not a bad idea. Really fancy a differential captain, Mbuemo or Son. Ooh, I probably would say Mbuemo's the better one for the fixture-wise, but Son could be one of those players that does pop off this week. I've sold him, so that probably will go for it. Morning, Tom. How are we? Can't bring myself even with the Palmer cap over it. I love it. I'm going to send my wild card. I've got a dilemma. Cool, no worries, mate. I love Golden Goals channel, but I have to admit I don't get the looking to the left at the start of each video. I think it's just what he does. It just sets himself up. I mean, we spoke about it before, like, it just goes for it. It just goes for it. This is getting out of hand. Not FPL Tom's dad. Brilliant, because my dad's been in here before. How's it going? Wonderful. There's the link to the Discord as well. Questions are flying in here, guys. Do keep them coming in. We will try to answer as many as we possibly can. I have a 3-5-2, no Haaland, no Salah draft, Palmer, Saka, Bruno, Gordon. I would be having Palmer in. If I was, I would, not Palmer, I would want Salah in. After this week, he's the best captaincy option for a good few weeks as well. Yeah, but Mikolenko didn't play last week. Start Isak or Wood? Isak, 100%. 100% on the Isak front. Keep the questions coming in, guys. Keep the likes coming in. Keep the subscriptions coming in. Like I said, we are on that road to 10,000 subscribers. Bench, Eze, Rogers, Smith Rowe, or Muniz. Again, it is between Smith Rowe and Rogers for me this week. Bench one of Eze, Smith Rowe, and Wood. Ooh, probably between Emil Smith Rowe and Wood for me. Hey Josh, how's it going, mate? Start Wood or Isak? We said that one, Isak. What do you reckon to an Mbuemo captain? I think there's better ones. Wild card during international break or after game week 5, 6. I mean, you could do it next week. It makes sense. Start one of Eze. We did that one. Are we not completely sure that not FPL Tom isn't Jake? Yeah, I mean, it could be Jake. It could be Jake. He could be just trolling with you. Start Porro or Livramento. Have Gordon and Isak starting. I still would start Porro. He could very easily go and get an attack in return. Yeah, we'll go and take a look at some teams as well. We've got 2 FPL Joshes in here. Jesus. Are you guys just like doing the Spider-Man meme? Both playing off each other. Wild card in 4 or 6. Probably more 6. I would be a little bit more inclined to do with. I think I would take a gamble on Lewis, and Nedkovic, if he is continuing to start, could be great value at 4 million. But yeah, I think a player that could be a decent 4.5, or even if you want to go for a 4. Ipswich have got a really good set of fixtures up until 10, so it could be worth maybe having a look at kind of going for. Bro, it's just a stream full of copying, innit? It's just a stream full of copying. Yeah, I probably would wait till next week on that one. I'm chilling in your stream to prevent selling Bruno. Love that. Please, Tom, you're making me go insane. Just say bench Smith Rowe or Rodgers. Which one? Like, it's so difficult to call. If I had to bench one, I would probably bench Smith Rowe. But at the same time, it could lead to some mega hauls. If you want a non-biased opinion, Fantasy Football Hub's predicted points model has Rodgers scoring more than Smith Rowe. That's the non-obviously biased model. So there you go. Start Jota or Muniz? Ooh, probably Muniz. Yeah, I'm just gonna quickly go to the bathroom again. Not the best time to use the bathroom, but I do need it. We have been streaming for about 2 hours 15. I'm gonna quickly go to the bathroom. Keep the questions coming in. Keep your teams getting sent in to me as well. Obviously, we are starting to approach the deadline, so we will get some team leaks as well. So we'll be starting to look at those. But yeah, keep those questions coming in, guys. I'm just gonna quickly nip to the bathroom. Give me a second. Right, we're back. We're bam. I did go for a shit. I am back. Tom doesn't want the pressure of one of ESR or Rodgers to haul. Yeah, I've just dipped. Just had enough. Just dipped out. Easy as that. Dropping the kids off again at the pool. Love that one. More of a next week's decision, but next week Son, Palmer, or Son to Eze with mid. I probably would do the Son to Palmer one. Not FPL Tom wouldn't just leave us like this. Isn't it crazy how Tom doesn't know if any of us exist? For all he knows, we could be just AI. I mean, we could all just live in the Matrix, really, if we're going to go that deep. We really could. Right, let's go and take a look at Josh's team over on Twitter. We've had plenty more sent in here, guys, so good stuff. Here he is. Wildcard was Palmer. I like Madueke for me is not a pick I would be going for. I think with Chelsea having like the plethora of players that they've got, he's just not worth going for in my opinion. So I would be saying that I would probably prefer Mbeumo. You've mentioned it as well already as well. I think yeah, that'd probably be the wiser move. And then that's probably what I would do, and maybe drop Visser down. Like you could very easily drop Visser down to a 4.5, upgrade someone in the back line maybe, or upgrade another midfielder as well. But I feel this is quite a good team. Yeah, I probably would just swap Madueke out, and I reckon you're good to go. 0.5 million in the bank. Not loving my defence, but feel there is value in rolling. Only real decision is Harwood Bellis versus Johnson. Yeah, Harwood Bellis in front of Johnson. I get what you mean. I think your team's looking pretty good. That Mbeumo captain, though. I think if you want to play a sensible Haaland, if you do fancy a little bit of fun this week and it does work out, fair play to you, because I guarantee at 3 o'clock I'm going to be getting messages when, Emblemo goes and bags 4 in. So yeah, go for it. Go for it, mate. Go for it. 888-1 has sent me their team as well. Pickford, Gabriel, Tarkowski, Nedkovic, Ahmed, Gordon, Palmer, Mitoma, Saka, Isak. Ooh, it's looking a bit dicey here, mate. Ahmed, I'm not a big fan of. Mitoma away at Arsenal's not great. The Tottenham-Newcastle game could go either way. Everton have been terrible. Double Everton defence as well is probably not the best. Maybe verging on the word wild card. Potentially, I'm going to say it quietly, but maybe worth a wild card with that one. It is starting to look a bit ropes. Starting to look a bit ropey. Hi Tom, I've sent some more people over to your channel from another channel, mate. Oh, wonderful stuff. Well, I appreciate that, Mon. I do appreciate that, mate. Simulation Theory. Yep. Football chat box sent us all over morning. Oh, wonderful. Football chat box. Let me go and take it out. Check it out, sorry. Appreciate that. Thank you very much. Chat box. How am I spelling that? Football chat box. Just checking out his channel now. But yeah, thank you very much for that one. Oh, did he actually? Oh, that'd have been sick. That would have been sick if we got a focal raid. Maybe this week. Maybe this week we'll get one. Who knows? Who knows? Let's wait and see. Let's wait and see. If we get a focal raid, we're blessed. If not, it is what it is. Thoughts on Bailey? I think he's good, but I think when we've got Rodgers in such a cheap price point, it just makes it hard, doesn't it? Thank you very much, Football Chat Box. Appreciate that, mate. Thank you for sending people over. Really, really appreciate that one, buddy. Hope you're doing well. I will check your channel out after the stream has concluded, and yeah, we'll chat. There we go. No pun intended with that one. But yeah, thank you very much, mate. I really appreciate that. Rashford or Armstrong to play? I would go. Oh, I probably would say Armstrong. Rashford's really not looked at it. We've already had the not FPL Tom raid. Yeah, that was a fun one. Will Sterling play? He will not play tomorrow, no. Or today, sorry. He won't play today. He signed too late. I think it was anybody after 12 o'clock. If they joined, just, yeah, not worth it. So, yeah. I went wildcard, Henderson, Trent, Robertson. Bench, Welbeck, Porro. Nice. Okay, yeah, I do like that. I do like that. I think having Welbeck or Porro, I probably would lean more towards Porro with him having penalties, but I like it. I like it. It's good. Bench one of Eze, Rodgers or Smith Rowe. That's been the big question this week. If we look at Fantasy Football Hub's predicted points model, it does have Eze as the best one there, so I probably would say rule him out. And I feel he's been super unfortunate, and it does feel like at some point he has to haul. Rodgers and Smith Rowe, it's such a coin toss, and I feel like Rodgers slightly edges it for me. I thought he was brilliant, but then at the same time, Smith Rowe's great. I just think there'll be an improved Ipswich side, in my opinion. So, yeah. Keep the questions coming in, guys. We will try to answer as many as we possibly can. If you want your team rating by me as well, head over to @FPLTom_. Leave it under my most recent tweet and we'll do it. Bench Isak, Doku or Garnacho. Garnacho. I have Rodgers from the start. I'm a Villa fan. I still don't have Watkins. Rodgers plays a number 10 for 60 minutes of the game at least. Yeah, good shout. Rodgers 5 to 6 points today. Let's hope so, Andy. With all the goalkeeper transfers, are any catching your eyes? I mean, Ramsdale's probably the big standout at 4.4 if I was on a wild card. Outside of that, I don't recommend making goalkeeper transfers, to be honest. What is my challenge team? We did it a little bit earlier. I'll kind of get it up a little bit later. Can't decide what 4.5 million goalkeeper. I mean, there's definitely some strong fixtures coming up for, who's it called? Brentford with Flecken, so he could be a decent shout. Is that 4 million defender nailed? Not 100%, but I think with them not signing a backup right back, it looks pretty decent. Start Munoz or Ben Johnson? Probably would go Munoz on that one. Anybody know what the little green star is? Yes, the little green star means they are in kind of I think it was either the team of the week last week, or they are one of the highest scoring players within the game. So that's what the little star means. There you go. I've transferred Porro out for Rico Lewis. Hope it works out. I hope so, man. I do hope so. When will Foden be back? It is only illness, so I would say probably post-international break. Rodgers or Bailey if money is no object. Bailey's per 90 data is phenomenal, and I feel he's been obviously doing it at a top level for longer. But I feel because Rodgers is so cheap, that's what makes him more appealing for me. Is Ramsdale going to start? Maybe not necessarily, but I think he will. Like, there's a reason they've signed him. He is a great goalkeeper, so yeah. Keep the questions coming in, guys. Let's have a quick scan of Twitter. We've had Jessica sent her team in, so let's give that one a quick review. Flecken, Gavardio, Alexander, Lewis, Salah, Palmer, Diego Jota, Smith Rowe, Watkins, Muniz, Isaac. Yes, she's gone away from the triple Fulham. But yeah, that looks good. I rate the Palmer captaincy. Hopefully it works out. Hopefully tomorrow afternoon we are celebrating. Let's have a look if there's been any leaked team news as well. Doesn't look like it. Doesn't look like it as of yet. We've had some more sent in as well, so let's quickly do these. Jack sent his team in. This was another option. Only thinking of Mbuemo to Jota then from game week 3. Madueke is a little bit of a, I would say, an interesting pick. I probably wouldn't go for it with the amount of players that obviously, like Chelsea have signed. Aina as well is a bit of a rotation risk. Mazraoui, if we look at 11FI's data for clean sheets, United just aren't there as well. Other than that, though, I think the team is strong. I probably would say, though, Madueke, Aina, and Mazraoui are players I would not be picking. Should I drop Isaac to play Rodgers? I wouldn't. No, I wouldn't. The rest of the team, though, looks pretty decent, but yeah, I wouldn't do that. Wildcard for this week, and the next game week, I bench boost. Salah, Saka, Smith Rowe, Rodgers, Gordon. I mean, Hall was dropped last game, so he's probably the one I would replace. Romero, Spurs defensively the next few weeks. Again, looking at that 11FI data, clean sheet-wise, is not there. Same with Manchester United as well. So I'm going to quickly bring that up for you guys because I feel those that are on a wild card, this is a very, very useful thing to look at. Wrong one. Good start. This is the 11FI data. Feel free to go and check them out. A link in the description. And as you can see, this is the, of course, projected clean sheet data over the next few weeks. So the people that have gone for United defenders, as you can see, there's not too much really swaying them for that regard. Same with the Romero pick that we had in there as well. Just not expected to do well for clean sheets over the next few weeks. So I would be looking more towards the top end of this list. The likes of Aston Villa, Chelsea, Palace, Brentford, they're better picks in my opinion for clean sheets, so there's where I would be targeting with my cheaper defenders. So yeah, that's probably the way I would be going on that one. What time is the deadline? The deadline is at 11 o'clock, so make sure you're getting your teams locked and loaded. We've got about half an hour before obviously that does happen. Cool. Who's the more nailed one? I mean, that again is debatable in itself. But I think with Rodgers not coming off the pitch, it does show he's got a lot of faith in him. So probably Rodgers. I'd say there's a little bit more competition out wide than through the middle. So yeah, probably Rodgers would be the one I'd go for. When's a good time to wildcard? Probably maybe after next week. There's a mini fixture swing. 6, there's a big fixture swing. 8, there's a fixture swing. And 12, there's a fixture swing. Hi, Jota and Trent or Saka and Robinson? I probably would go Jota and Trent for the upcoming games. Predictions, first manager to be sacked? Probably Steve Cooper from Leicester. I think their fans have got super high expectations after winning the Premier League, and they'll probably end up sacking him. I think as well maybe Russell Martin if it doesn't work out, or a rogue one could be Gary O'Neill. Like the fixtures are just not there at all. So yeah, the fixtures aren't there for the next few, and how long do they give him before they throw him under the bus? Let's wait and see. Someone says Ramsdale is eligible for today. There we go then. Sanchez in goal, a bad pick? Yes. Yeah. 100%. 100% bad pick, in my opinion, on that one. Do keep the questions coming in, guys. Any that you do have before the deadline, we will try to answer as many as we possibly can. Hashtag Moyes in. David Moyes is 100% going back to Everton. It's written in the stars, isn't it? Bench Bruno or Isak? Bruno for me. Bruno for me on that one. But yeah, that... Like, if Everton continue not to pick up points, they'll sack Dyche, they'll get David Moyes in. That's the job he's waiting for. Greaves or Johnson from Ipswich? I would say Greaves. And there isn't really another 4.5 million playing forward, so it's going to be difficult. Selling Saka and Isak for Salah and Pedro. Yeah, not the worst. I mean, Saka and Isak very easily could haul this week, though, so just be wary of that one. Why are people sleeping on Doku? He plays for Pep Guardiola. That's the main reason. And Pep Roulette. And he's just not as good an FPL asset as people make out. If you look at some of his data from last year, it's not overly impressive. So, yeah. Yeah, it's a bit of a mess, isn't it, over at Chelsea at the moment, Jamie? So, yeah, it's not fun. It's not fun. Who should I captain, Haaland or Palmer? I mean, if I had Haaland, I would be giving him the armband. I think he is the better captain option for this game week, to be honest. Is Semenyo a bad pick? He's not a bad pick. The data's been really good over the past few as well. He's looked really good as a player as well. The only concern is those fixtures. That is the only kind of downside I would say to Semenyo, to be honest. Everything outside of that, though, really, really good. Really, really good. Let me know what games you're looking forward to seeing this weekend. Obviously, the United-Liverpool going to be the big one. For me now, it's going to be the Chelsea-Palace one with Palmer captain. That's a tasty one for me, but yeah. Son captain, it's not the worst idea in the world. There are good projected numbers for goals in that game, so who knows? Who should I captain? Haaland, Salah, or Palmer? Ooh, I mean, if I have him, I would go Haaland. Second probably would be Palmer. Third would be Salah. But all of them are great options for this week. Yeah, 100% agree with you there, Jamie, as well. A lot of his attacking returns last season came in that one game. Just some Crystal Palace propaganda getting thrown in the chat there. Hi, Tom. Who do I bench out of Bailey, Rodgers, Muniz, and Eze? Probably, mate, between Bailey and Rodgers. And I probably would say Rodgers. I think Bailey's higher on the predicted points model. But again, it's going to be super tight on that one. And it would not surprise me to see somebody maybe miss out. Start Wood or Bruno? I would play... This is probably Wood's last good fixture if you are owning him for this opening 3 game weeks. So I probably would start Wood. Chelsea. What a chant. Not as good as the celery one though. That's my personal favourite. Who to bench? Isak, Eze, Muniz, Madueke or Rodgers. I don't know why you've picked up Madueke. He's just not a great pickup for me. But if I had to pick between the lot of them, probably would between Rodgers, Eze and Muniz. And I don't really want to comment on that, to be honest. I have no Brighton and no Arsenal, so definitely not looking forward to the inevitable huge points coming in for everyone on that one. Yeah, it honks of like Saka 2 goals, clean sheet for Arsenal, and then of course like João Pedro goal or something like that. It does honk of it, doesn't it? Cool. Let's have a look if we've actually got any team news. Doesn't look like we do have anything nice and early doors, so yeah. Cool. Let's take a quick screenshot of my team and then tweet that out. Bosh. There we go. Quickly tweet that one out. Where's the little lock? Lock. There we go. That's the tweet done. Right. What questions have we got? Whose mins are most at risk from Sterling's move? Surely it's not Saka. I mean, it's all of them probably. Again, he can play across that front three, can't he? He can play sometimes in the 10, can play on the left, can play on the right. He is just a very versatile player. Liquidator pre-game at the bridge hits different. It is a tune, to be fair. Celery is one of the goated football songs as well. Well, yeah, well, no, because imagine like Saliba and Gabriel go off, but then Pedro scores. Like, that's probably what I'm thinking. I wonder what TikTok would have made of the Celery song. I mean, some of the stuff we've come out with in today's stream, we definitely would have been banned. He didn't play last game, did Mikolenko? If you have the choice to start either Porro or Konza, which one would you pick? I would play Konza if I did have the choice today to pick between the two of them. Keep the likes coming in, guys. We are like 99 likes. So if you sat in the stream, you haven't liked it already, maybe you're one of the existing subscribers or you are new to the channel, make sure you are hitting that like button. 100 likes again on back-to-back streams would be absolutely amazing. So big shout out to you guys again for your amazing support. Flecken or Henderson in goal. I would be playing Flecken this week. Better clean sheet odds as well for Brentford, so yeah. Yeah, I know, Eze being sold, like, I can't believe it. If I want to go and get him in next week, if Anthony Gordon stinks up again, we might be looking at him as an option. So 6.9 million, I'm rubbing my hands, really. No worries, Riley, mate. Thank you for coming along to the stream. Really, really appreciate that one. Hopefully see you here again in 2 weeks' time. Obviously, no stream next week as it will be the international break. However, we might do a Fantasy EFL one, maybe, for like half an hour. If that's something you think would work, maybe someone wants to see that. I don't think it'd do well in views, but maybe it could be a decent one for half an hour. What do you guys think? Let me know. Otherwise, we are filming another video. Oh, did he play 90 minutes last game? Oh, well, ignore me then. Ignore me then. I'm just absolutely chatting waffle. Mikolenko's fine. Who got dropped out of that game then? Someone got dropped. Apologies. 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 Made the move, Madueke to Mbeumo, then bench Mbeumo and Visso for Duncan Pedro. Yep, I think that's a very, very solid plan for me, mate. Much less like to get rotated and stuff like that, so yeah. Am I rating teams anymore? Yes, I am. If you want to send them on Twitter, go for it. Send it over. We'll get it rated. Get it rated. We have now hit over 100 likes on today's stream, guys. You guys are the best. Genuinely the best. Thank you very much for your continued support on the channel. Love it from you guys. Again, we will be live every single week this week, all the way up until, of course, the deadline. We start obviously nice and early as well from what's it called? From 8 o'clock in the morning. So, you know, we're doing like 3-hour streams. It's a lot of talking. Takes a lot of effort as well to get up on a Saturday morning at like 7:45. So, you know, just deserves a couple likes and a couple subscriptions. I'm going for 2 Brighton players from next week, Pedro and Welbeck. Would you recommend this to fit Palmer in for the next 2-3 weeks? I think that's a decent shout, but having both the forwards, a little bit risky. I would start Mikolenko then. There's better clean sheet odds for him over Harwood Bellis. What do you think about Nicholas Jackson in my team? I'm really not sure on any Chelsea attacker outside of Cole Palmer. So yeah, that's my opinion on that one. Erling Cap not being behind the sofa when he gets 2 goals minimum. Yeah, probably will be again. Shame, isn't it? At least it's at 5:30. Like, that way I can at least do some other things as well. So, yeah. All good stuff. All good stuff. Keep the questions coming in, guys. Like I said, we are approaching the deadline. Around 20 minutes to go. So we might start to get a couple team leaks thrown in there as well. Check on international games. Pedro will be playing for Brazil or be on the bench. Might be rested for Ipswich. Very good shout. Very good shout. I don't know if he got a call up or not. But yeah, always be wary of that one. It is post-international break, so just be wary of that one. Here's not FPL Tom again. And he said, just wondering what you think about the new United signing. Personally think he's a major underrated FPL asset. I need to wait and see. I've never watched him actually play football, so let's wait and see on that one. Good luck, bro. Looks good. Thank you very much for that one, mate. Like I said, if you do want to come over and follow me over on Twitter, it would be massively appreciated, as we are steadily growing over on that platform as well. Could you show me the predicted clean sheets and goals table again? Yes, no worries, mate. If you want to go and check it out for yourself, head over to 11ifi.com. That goes for anyone as well who is looking, obviously, at these projected goals and clean sheet tables. Head over to 11ifi, a link in the description. This is completely free. They do have stuff behind a paywall, and it's definitely worth, obviously signing up for. It's run by one guy, and you know what? He does an amazing job. So go and show him some love. Go and show him some support as well. So yeah, there's the projected goals one. As you can see over the next few weeks, Liverpool top. This is why I'm suggesting to people that are on a wild card this week, I would say it's a priority to have Mohamed Salah. 4, 5 and 8, even probably 6 as well. Looks like probably at best the best captain option you're going to get those weeks. So yeah, that works for me. That works for me. And then obviously the clean sheet data one as well. Again, Arsenal top over the next few weeks. That is mainly down to those fixtures this week. And then, of course, 6, 7 and 8 all looking pretty scrumptious within themselves. The reason I've been quite bullish on Andy Robertson as well, some really good clean sheet numbers as well in there. And obviously for the likes of people that have got Porro or maybe a United defender, a little bit less in terms of those clean sheets over the next few weeks. So something to potentially consider on that one as well. But yeah, keep your questions coming in, guys. Keep your likes coming in as well. Massively appreciate everybody that's been in today's stream. I hope you got all that, Duncan, mate. I hope you got all the data you needed from there. But like I said, if anybody does want to go and check it out, I will leave a link to 11ifi's website in the description. So feel free to go and check it out for yourself. Can you rate my team? Good. I mean, there's minimal bench cover, but the starting 11 is decent for this week. Trent and Robertson, nice. Thinking of going Mbeumo to Eze next game week? Yeah, that can work. That can work. Start Nedkovic or Robertson? Currently Nedkovic. I would start Robertson. I think I'd start Robertson. Some of the positions he was getting into, it would not surprise me to see him score. It really wouldn't. And I think with not 11ifi, Rob T FPL's betting data ones, he downgraded, well, not him, but the betting market's downgraded a Villa clean sheet. Semenyo, Rodgers or Wood, who would you bench? Probably Semenyo. He's probably got the most difficult fixture there out of the lot of them. So yeah, but he has looked really decent. He has looked really, really decent. We've got 15 minutes till the deadline, guys. So make sure you are getting your questions in. Get them in, get them locked in as well. Again, thank you for your continued support throughout today's stream. You've been absolutely immense. We will be alive for probably around 5-10 minutes after the deadline as well. And then I'm going to go skedaddle, hit the gym, and be back for the 12:30 kickoffs. There will be a video out tonight after all the games are complete, talking about my transfer plans for the next few weeks and players I will be looking to target over the next few weeks as well. So yeah, that will be out tonight. There will be videos out, of course, over the course of the week as well. And, of course, going into next weekend and the following weekend when we will be back for, of course, Fantasy Premier League. As you can hear, my voice is going a lot. Has Jake got back to you about Visser? Still need to nudge the armband on him. He has not messaged me back yet. I don't think he's awake or he's busy. But yeah, I'll have a quick check in on him, see what he's doing. Hasn't read any of the chat. But yeah. Some lads in our group chat are just talking about not FPL Tom. But yeah. Thoughts on Robertson plus Virgil van Dijk, Liverpool double up. I mean, the clean sheets for the next few weeks really, really look good for Liverpool. So yeah, I don't think it's the worst decision in the world. Already done and Cuckoo for Rodgers. Any breaking news? Let's have a quick check, to be honest, mate. Who would you bench? Kwanzaa, Robinson, Rodgers or Porro? Probably between Rodgers or Porro. What's the content plan for the international break? There'll be a video out tonight. There'll probably be a few videos scattered throughout the week. Not as, obviously, like daily as they have been doing. There'll be, obviously, Fantasy EFL because that's still going next week. There'll be a video out on the second channel next weekend as well. So, yeah, keep your eyes peeled. Plenty of content. And then, obviously, the following week will be, of course, kicking back up with regular FPL content. So yeah, all good stuff, guys. Cool. We'll do Gary's team and then we'll take a look. 2 free transfers available. What's your thoughts? My thoughts, realistically, would be Nkuku down to a Rodgers. I mean, you've already got Rodgers, actually. So play Rodgers over Nkuku straight away. I would maybe be tempted to take Nkuku out. If I could get the money for Mbeumo, go for it. Other than that, though, I mean, I probably would roll again. Yeah, I probably would roll again. Take 3 into next week. Bench Nkuku. You've kind of swallowed 2 of the price things for him. In terms of any leaks, we've not had anything yet. So yeah, nothing as yet. Play Aya or Robinson. Aya was interestingly in the AI's team for this week, so I probably would go with him. I went with Salah as a differential captain. Nice. Do you think people are sleeping on Semenyo? Yeah, 100%. But the fixtures just aren't quite there yet for me, and that's why I'm not going for him yet. Konza, Villa fan, they don't like my team's defence. Why Henderson over the other goalkeeper's the Brentford second goalkeeper, so that's why. Who would you bench, Rodgers or Porro? Oh, probably Porro, but that one could be a real stinker, to be honest. Southampton defender or Leicester damage limitation, pick one. I probably would say Southampton, just. No worries, mate. Hope you have a good day as well. Do you think Mars will start? What, the chocolate bar? Who's Mars? Who's Mars? Let me know. Bench Rashford or Rodgers? Rashford. Easy. Done. 100%. Easy decision on that one. Just bench Rashford. Bench Rashford. Do keep the questions coming in. Guys, like I said, we will be live for a little bit after the deadline as well. So do keep those questions flying in. Play Hudson-Odoi or Porro? Probably the last good week we're going to get of Hudson-Odoi. So yeah, I probably would play Hudson-Odoi. Why is Jebson not in the game? He is now left. He's now left. Hey mate, favourite crisps? Oh, I like the either the Walker's Max ones. They're really good. Or, what else do I like? There's like these like they're called like Better Health or something. Like they've got like these vegetable sticks, like the tomato and kale ones. My goodness, they are great. And then an underrated crisp, Snaps. There you go. Yeah, I mean the data is suggesting and the predicted points are suggesting Haaland is the better captain, so that's probably the one to go for. What should I do with Anderson? I'd keep him. I'm expecting him to play. If he's in some of the predicted lineups, I would go for it. Probably the changes I would be making would be Bernardo Silva or Son out. I mean, you could go Son to KDB. Could be probably a better move, to be honest. Son to KDB or Bernardo to KDB if you could get up to that price point. Yeah. Tomato and kale, middle class. I am so not middle class. It's unreal. If you saw where I grew up, definitely not middle class. Ollie Watson or João Pedro. Great names. Bench 2, Lewis, Robertson, Nedel, Greaves. Probably Greaves. That's an easy one. And then, yeah, I probably would bench Nedkovic. No worries, Andy, mate. Do keep the questions coming in, guys. We do have about 10 minutes till the deadline. So do keep those questions coming in. We will keep checking on Twitter as well. Diaz plus Trent or KDB plus Robbo? KDB plus Robbo. Saka and Jebson or Havertz and a 6.5? Saka and Jebson. If you picked a better 6.5, maybe you could convince me, but that was a poor 6.5 million pick. Watkins and Flecken or Havertz and Raya? Havertz and Raya. Konate or Robinson? Robinson. Bench 1 of Porro, João Pedro and Burn. Probably João Pedro or Burn. Can you do a dance? We'll do a dance at the deadline. End of the deadline, mate. Any team leaks? Nothing as of yet. Nico Williams or Robinson? Probably Robinson. Tattoos from Ireland. Best crisps. Never had them. Never had them. Vladimirson won't start. Put Henderson in. What are you doing, you numpty? He won't start. I don't like Madueke as a pick. I've kind of outlined that with all the plethora of Chelsea players they've got. But yeah, we still don't have any news at the moment. Nothing at the moment has been leaked or confirmed. Think Fulham have a good defence, better than Villa. I think Villas are predicted for better chance of clean sheets according to Rob T FPL. So that's probably the way I would lean with that one. You know who I meant. I just wait. Like, his price is locked. That's it. He's not going to move down or up at any point, so you're fine. Lewis, Robinson, Konate, Gabriel, choose 3. Lewis, Gabriel, Robinson. Done. Bench 1 of Eze, Wood, Smith Rowe, Rogers. It is between Smith Rowe and Rogers, and I'll let you make that decision between you, amongst yourselves. Yeah, I think you've probably got it all in the right order there, Terry. Should I start Mikalenko and bench Minter, or start Mincher and bench Mikalenko? I'd play Mikalenko. There's some decent clean sheet odds this week for Everton, so that's probably the way I'd go with that one. Do keep the questions coming in, guys. Like I said, we will be live for a little bit after the deadline as well, so if you do have any questions relating to football or anything else in general, do get them in, as we'll try to answer as many as possible. Wildcarding, Gibbs, White or Wood. I probably would not recommend either if I was on a wildcard, to be honest. I probably would look elsewhere. Palmer or Salah for captaincy. As you can see, I've gone with Palmer, but I think both are great shouts for this weekend. Best game week to wildcard. There isn't really a best week. I feel it's up to each team dependent, especially with now the ability to roll transfers a lot more freely. Then I feel it is very much team dependent. But 6, 8 and 12, there's some pretty big fixture swings. De Bruyne, Trent and Porro, or Salah, Konza and Konate. The Salah one, I think he's the best captain for the next few weeks after this week. Who's starting for the Chelsea attacking mid? I don't even know yet. I think though the thing is, Porro very easily could go and get 2 attacking returns. And you never know. Newcastle haven't looked great. So I'm going to take the gamble on Porro. Rogers, Welbeck or João Pedro. I mean, it'd probably for me be between João Pedro and Rogers. If I took a before wildcarding and then wildcarded, does that get rid of the before? What? It does. If you've activated your wildcard, it does get rid of the team you had before, yeah. I'd keep Jeb. There's no point. Like, there's no other 4.5 million playing defenders. His price is locked. He's not going to move. No worries, mate. Just, yeah, keep your eyes peeled for big fixture swings where those are the main ones that I've noticed. So those are probably the weeks that I will be looking to activate it. Unless, as I always say, a wildcard is a nice get out of jail free card. So if it's all going a little bit tits up and you need something kind of drastic to do, then go for it. Any last minute tips for game week 3 wildcarders? I would be saying look at 11FI's data, head over to their website, a link in the description, look at teams for projected clean sheets and of course projected goals. That would be my advice. Feels like Spurs going to batter Newcastle, but I got rid of Son and Porro, so hopefully they don't. It doesn't hurt me. I mean, they've not got a great record at St James's Park, but they always seem to manage to score. Oh, he took a hit. Sorry, it's been a long day, as you can tell. We've been streaming for like close to 3 hours. Yeah. Terry's going to wildcard in game week 4. No worries, Duncan. Hopefully see you back here next week so we can give you that little cheeky moderator armband. Good stuff. Love it. Ah, you meant a minus. Cool. Let me reread the question for you then, Alex. If I took a minus before wildcarding, then wildcarded, does it get rid of it? Yes, it will get rid of the minus. Best 4 million defenders: Harwood, Bellis, Nedkovic, Greaves. There you go. They're my top picks for this week. Do keep the questions coming in, guys. Like I said,
we are on that road to 10,000 subscribers. So if you do enjoy any of the content you've seen today or any kind of videos throughout the week, be sure to hit that subscribe button. As well, thank you very much for your support on today's stream. You've absolutely smashed it. Over 100 likes. We had over 215 people in here at one point as well, which was pretty mental to say the least. So big shout out to you guys. Eze or Rogers fast? Eze for me. Yep, it looks all good, mate. It does look really good. I hope it pays off for you in the wild card, mate. I hope it works out all for the best. But yeah, any quick fire questions, guys, do get them in. Yeah, I think it's just mainly down to the fixtures that people are put off by Souček, to be honest. Thoughts on Kepa and Ramsdale? Oh, I mean, I just can't get behind Kepa ever. Ramsdale, I think, is a decent pick at 4.4. Start Porro or sell Nkunku? I probably would sell Nkunku, to be honest. I don't really see his minutes being quite secure in the side, to be honest. In wildcard, Leif Davis or Konza? Probably Konza, but I think Leif Davis is a very, very good shout. Robinson or Konza? I probably would play Konza this week. Could be a good shout later on, but yeah, I think I would prefer Ramsdale. Why is Haaland not essential? I mean, he proved that he was very much essential last week, so yeah. It's a difficult one, and probably we don't have enough time on today's stream before the deadline to kind of go through everything. Mansfield win today? Definitely not. We lost our best player last night to Barnsley. We don't have our main centre-back. So, yeah. If anybody's a betting man, probably put some money on Stockport this week. It might pay off. Who should I get captain? Palmer, KDB, Odegaard, Pedpora or Romero? Palmer's the best option you've got there, mate. So yeah, he would be the one that I would go for in that one. Gibbs White, Rogers or Smith Rowe, who to bench? Again, it probably is between Rogers and Smith Rowe in that regard. Smith Rowe is lower on Fantasy Football Hub's predicted points, but only by 0.2. It's extremely tight, and I feel whichever way you go for, you're probably going to have someone score on the bench. So yeah, Wood or Rogers? I would probably play Wood this week. Iwobi or Smith Rowe? Smith Rowe 100%. Smith Rowe 100%. Keep those questions coming in, guys. Like I said, we'll be live for a little bit after the deadline as well to answer any other questions you might have related to FPL or football in general as well. Robinson over Villa defence, and Robinson has attacking output. Yeah, he does. He does, but obviously, you know, you can go that way, but I went that way purely down to clean sheet data, and Villa have better ones for that week. But again, each to their own. If you feel the other way, go for the other way. I'm like only here to offer educated advice, and I can't predict the future. Sometimes I will be wrong, and that's just the way the cookie crumbles. Gvardiol versus White Gabriel. Probably would say I would rather have Gvardiol for this week. Longer term, though, I would want one of the Arsenal boys. Let me quickly check Twitter and just make sure there's been no early team news. No, there hasn't. No early team news. Nothing before the deadline. Absolutely nothing. Unfortunately, you won't be able to send me a team right now, but for future weeks, you will just send it me on Twitter because the deadline is pretty much going to close by the time I probably get round to looking at it. So, yeah, no late team news, though. We've got absolutely nothing on the Arsenal game, which is a little bit of a shock. I thought we might get something, but I imagine it's going to be a pretty stable lineup as expected. The deadline, I think the deadline has just closed as well. Let me quickly refresh. Yeah, there we go. It has, of course, just finished up. So yeah, like I said, we'll stay live for a few minutes. Have a chat to you guys about football, anything like that you want to talk about as well. But yeah, make sure you are all locked in and loaded. And yeah, I hope you've enjoyed today's stream. Like I said, we've been live for over 3 hours. As you can hear, my voice is going. It's starting to go a little bit. But yeah. Like I said, guys, you guys have been amazing in today's stream. Again, continuing just to put up mega numbers. The amount of likes, the amount of, you know, everything has been amazing. I can't thank you guys enough for the continued support you've shown on the channel. We hit 7.5k the other day as well, which I never ever thought we'd be able to do on this channel, but we have. We're on that road to 10k now as well. So if anybody has got any suggestions on what we should do when we hit 10k, let me know in the comments. If you're also off to a game today, let me know where you're heading. And yeah, we'll answer some questions. I have Jota, Haaland, Saka, Salah, Rogue. Who would you get? I mean, the deadline's gone, so I don't know why I'm running it. Who's finishing higher in the table, Mansfield or the mighty Stevenage? I think we could be in a big relegation battle this year. Now we've sold our best player, so yeah, it could be Stevenage. We're in for a long season now. Didn't really bring in a replacement for DKD either, so yeah, it's not looking great. It's not looking great for him, so yeah, not good. Not good at all. At what time can we start thinking about selling Lewis? Thinking about Walker returning to the 11? I would probably say, yeah. I'd say when Walker comes back in, and if Lewis continues to play, then I'd go for it. It's already closed. It was at 11. Like the new UCL format, I do and I don't. I think the draw was a bit weird because I don't always like. It's nice to just look at a table, see who everyone's playing, but I think it also gives more teams, top teams playing against each other, and it also means lesser teams are going to be playing against each other and actually have chance of winning games. And if you've ever played Football Manager, you know winning games in the Champions League gives clubs a big boost of money. So I think as an ecosystem, it'll do some great stuff for the kind of lesser clubs if they manage to just win a couple games. So I think it's all good. 10k dance, yeah, I mean, dancing's pretty normal on this channel anyway, isn't it? If you could do anything in a day, what would you do if only thing you can do? I would probably... I'd probably, like, just drive a really, really fast car or something like that, or... Like, if I can do anything, though, I'd want to do something I could never, ever do again. You know what I mean? And it probably would be, like, drive a minted car or drive a plane or something like that. Good luck. Get some honey. I'm a singer. It helps. Thank you very much for the tips. I pussied out, didn't put the captaincy on Vissa. Shame, shame, shame. FPL Shane has said, Embuemo captain locked in. Love that from you, mate. I do love that from you. I do hope it works out. I do hope it works out for the best. But let's wait and see. Who knows? It might not work out. It might work out. Who knows? Gotta be rob a bank. Yeah, robbing a bank would be decent, you know. Robbing a bank could be up there as one of them. Yeah, that would be some experience, wouldn't it? I would pick to win the Euro Millions. I mean, yeah, again, valid. I mean, then you can continue the wealth, wouldn't you? But this is an argument me and my friend had. He was like, "Oh, if I buy you a car, like, you know," but I was like, I don't think I'd be as grateful for it. That's the thing. I feel like I want to earn things. Like, I've just picked up a new car yesterday and I was so grateful for it. It's the nicest car I've ever had. It's lovely to drive. I absolutely love it. And that's because I've earned it and I've worked hard for it, and it just feels so much sweeter. It seemed like if someone gifted me 10,000 subscribers. It's not the same. However, because we've worked so hard for it, it feels special, if you know what I mean. So yeah, there we go. What's your favourite movie when you were a child? I quite liked Harry Potter. Yeah, great shout. Harry Potter, very, very decent shout. Simpsons movie, I think I must have watched a million times. Loved Simpsons movie. Also, crisp-wise, you need to get Tatios. They're Republic of Ireland, Northern Ireland versions, but both are excellent. All right. I've never heard of them. How am I saying it? All right, Tarios or Tyrios. Let me know how I should be pronouncing that one. What car did you get? I got a Ford Fiesta. So it's good. I like it a lot. It's a really, really good car. So yeah, I'm happy with it. I'm very, very happy with it. I can't complain, to be honest. Can't complain at all. Do keep the random questions coming in. I am enjoying it, guys. I do appreciate these ones. Tatoes. Oh, okay. That makes more sense. Like potato, yeah. Tatoes. That makes complete sense now. That does make complete sense. I was probably just tripping out, to be honest. I was just tripping there like, huh? Just proper NPCing it out, to be honest. But yeah, that makes complete sense. That does make complete sense. Yeah, I mean, another 3-hour stream, guys, is stupendous, really. Like, I didn't think we were going to do it, but we're here. We've grafted. We've worked hard. Somehow we've made it for another one. Like I said, there's obviously no stream next week because, of course, it is the international break. But it is what it is. It is the international break. But, of course, we'll be doing content throughout the week. But yeah, I think we're going to leave it there, guys. Like I said, my voice is going. It's starting to go. So before it does obviously disappear, we're going to go. But yeah, I will be back for future weeks as well. Thank you for everybody in today's stream, and I will see you very, very soon. And also, good luck in Game Week 3.